Hello, and welcome to Measurements of Mayhem, a TTRPG podcast with mostly accurate rules and inconsistent character voices. I'm Alex, your host, and jamming with me around Putty. Mark is not here, and Joe, my wonderful players. How is everyone doing today?
Hard reset.
No one noticed.
Hard reset.
No one noticed.
Crashed in the middle of it.
No one noticed. I covered it over really easily. How are you all doing?
I really could not hear the intro at all, and I've got the stream.
Yeah, I also could not hear it.
I can hear it.
I mean, I could hear it
quiet.
about a second before you said hello, but before that I could not hear it.
Yeah.
And it's still quite quiet now.
I mean, it is quiet, but that's fine.
I'm not boosting it anymore, otherwise it'll blow my ears out.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the music.
I'm just telling Alex because he was calling me out for not listening to it, even though I could hear him.
The reason I said you weren't listening to it is because as it was starting to play, you were bobbing your head to what was obviously different music.
Yeah, because I couldn't hear the
Maybe you
Anyway.
can't hear the music because you have other music playing over top.
No, it's now paused, and I still can't hear it.
Sounds like a likely story. Joe! What's
Hello.
going on here today?
Your father has gone into hiding. Again. Totally new reason this time. As Alex mentioned in our little pre-ramble before he does the intro, which you can hear if you are a member of our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying about the current storms and high winds that we're having at the moment. Totally coincidentally, it was only a few weeks ago that various members of the American government, I'll not say which side of the aisle they were on, calling for, people to use their weather machines to control the weather. So Mark, having seen that in the news, decided he would try and build one. And it's just unrelated. And now he's in hiding.
I mean, fair enough. Seems reasonable. So we have a recap to cover what happened last week. Yeah. I mean, you could just play that. We'll do that. And then we'll get straight back into the fight, which hopefully we can clear out nice and quickly.
Spoiler alert.
I say, old chap, quite the show, eh?
I will admit, they kept me hooked.
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting the centaur transformation.
Yeah, what the fuck was that about? So, Monty just changes looks at midnight?
Apparently so.
That part where they took ages deciding how to go and talk to Gurtank, I have to say, kinda laborious.
Perhaps, but I think it sets the scene so well.
Whatever you say.
And I do say, I'm proud of them for delivering the drugs in their entirety. It would have been a shame to see them die. Oh, and so kind of Gurtank to give them all the information they needed.
Was it all true?
I'll never tell.
I will say, it was fucking devious of Gurtank to withhold the compass that directly tracks the ship they're looking for, especially for a trade of gold or a fucking finger.
I guess. Rather barbaric considering the circumstances.
What are you talking about?
Well, the compass doesn't actually do anything silly.
Then what about the tracker they found on the ship?
I believe it was just to mess with them. It was a tracker, but only short range and a rather useless one.
Fucking devious. So now we watch the battle?
Oh yes. I'm amazed they found the sea witch so fast. I mean, they fell for the light in the ocean like a silverside to an anglerfish, but it makes it oh so much more fun.
And now they're blowing them out of the water.
Indeed. Let's just hope they remember they're supposed to be saving the slaves, not killing them.
There you go, completely helpful. Nothing extra in there that you needed to pay attention to.
I liked the voices.
Thank you.
That makes me sound a bit insane, doesn't it?
Just to add a bit of conflict, I didn't like the voices.
Wow.
How's that? Was that good? Do we feel imbalanced?
I believe
No, we both just sound insane.
No.
we all sound insane. We're making up a story as we go. No, this is all pre-planned. Right. We are in the midst of initiative. Now, the first in initiative is actually Monty, who is unfortunately not here. But that's fine, because I believe he was vying to come alongside the other ship.
He wanted us to board.
Yes, exactly. So, it's up to you guys how you want to go about this, but I'm assuming he was going to rotate 90 degrees at the most, so about there-ish, and then travel...
Ah! We all get whiplash from the sudden turn.
75 feet to about there, so something in the region of... that. So you're ships are now alongside each other, going opposite directions. Now, I do believe he wanted to slow down, actually, so I'm going to move you backwards to about here and say that you have stopped there, if that's where you wish to have stopped, because you rotated a little bit.
Could we be a little bit closer
Yeah.
to them?
No, we don't want to be too close. to
Not
them.
not really, because there's a maximum amount that you can rotate per round's movement, and that's about 90 degrees, and that's about... Maybe you could have maybe gone a little bit more rotated, which means you can be about here, but not much closer.
Not just that the wind's going to be pushing us that way.
Don't worry. If you are static, you're static. I'm not going to have the wind moving you whilst you're static. So you're about 35
Oh, you're
feet-ish.
nice, Ian.
35 feet away. Just, I don't have to think of all that stuff. 35 feet away, parallel. You most certainly can hit their ship with a cannon, but unfortunately now, of course, they can hit you with the cannon. So, that's the movement. So we're going to move forwards to, on their ship, the Bard. Is the Bard dead? Yep. So it's not going to be that, it's going to be Aussie. You're all surrounding this this cannon, as well as the little friends of Pesto, assisting with the loading. Now, I believe cannon 2,
The one we're
which you are
using.
currently on, is not currently loaded.
Nope, I shot the last one.
Okay. But I do not believe that I can load it with a bonus action. Oh no, I can do one more bonus action load if I want to.
Mm-hmm. Or, of course, you could prepare an action to board them if you wish to.
But we're not going to be getting any closer to them.
Well, yeah, but they're still moving.
Actually, boarding is something we haven't really discussed. Do we have a mechanic for that, or is it just if you can jump to them?
If you can get to them, you can get to them. I have a separate map that has like the two ships, so you can. We won't be doing like the movements from this screen. When you're boarding, you'll be on a different battle map.
When you say if you can get to them, does that just mean if they're within 30 feet, if your movement is 30 feet?
Well, in terms of if you can get to them, if you're on a ship and you're 30 feet away from another ship, you can't just like walk to it.
Yeah,
because
that's why I'm
there's, in fact,
asking,
nothing there.
what do we need for boarding?
Whatever, like if you can fly, you can fly. If you have a rope, you could try to tell me how you're going to board. I'm not like setting a specific thing. It's like how you would board a ship in the real world if you were to try and do it.
Rowan, how long would our gangplank be?
I don't fucking know how long a normal gangplank is.
I'd say probably only about 15 feet.
I was going to say 15. So
Well, it's got to get us from deck to like pier, hasn't it? So
yeah, it'd be about 15 feet.
oh, that's much shorter than I was thinking. Okay, I throw the gangplank overboard and say, "We'll get a new one that's longer."
Do we have the standard pirate ropes hanging from the mast that you can swing from?
I reckon there are obviously ropes that you could swing from. I would allow you to probably go. I reckon the rope would swing you about 15 feet out from the side of the ship, and then if you let go with good timing, you could probably fling yourself another 15 feet or so. They're not going to like go too far out, obviously, because.
What if I do that while holding the gangplank, let go at the right time, fit the gangplank on their end, and then run along it?
You're not a monk.
You could also hold an action. That would waste so much of your time.
Yeah, I mean, you have stopped, but their ship is still moving over towards you, so they will be getting closer if they kept going on the trajectory that they are going.
Okay, and then could we have a quick sit rep of the people on here for who we have attacked and stuff so far?
Of course. The one at the front is injured.
Who is this person here?
Yep.
Because
the
I
one-
remember there was one without a background that we struggled to see.
Yes.
Yeah,
who's
they're
dead.
dead.
The one at the front,
Okay, great.
closest to you currently, is the one that is holding a heavy crossbow and also seems to have a great sword, is fairly injured. You've done a pretty good number on her.
I think I
the
just
one-
blasted them with a firebolt.
You did do a fireball. Yep. The one behind, absolutely dead. One behind that is the injured a little bit, but not crazy. They seem to be fairly doing fairly okay. The one at the back is uninjured, and the captain with the wormling is also uninjured. Their cannons, to remind you on that, cannon 2, which is this one, so the left side of their ship at the back, destroyed, and all 3 of the other cannons are damaged fairly significantly, but still mechanically usable.
And how high out the water is their main deck?
Do you want it relative to yours or in
From
general?
sea level.
I don't really know.
Basically, if you're in the water, can you get onto the deck?
Unlikely, no. You could potentially climb up the side if you're very good at climbing. I'd probably make it like difficult terrain and climbing, so you'd have a very slow climbing speed. They would have, I would say, on the back right, I think you can just see a little notch there, a ladder that is not unfurled to get back onto the ship, but you could probably very easily unfurl it if you were to hit it with an arrow or something. And there's no like portholes or anything along the sides to climb into that you can see.
So what I really need is some teleportation, but I don't have that. That is something I can't do.
I can,
Does
but you'll
make
have to
that
hold
difficult.
until I can on my turn.
I would say actually all of you have got like water walking stuff, like boots and things, haven't you? Manta ray cloaks.
I've got swim speeds is what we've got for the most
If you've got
part.
swim speeds, I think some of you've got water walking rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got bits and bobs.
I'll say with the rings, then you wouldn't. The side of the ship won't be difficult terrain because it's wet, because it's your feet would kind of water walk away from the slipperiness on it, but you'll still obviously have the climbing speed, which you'd still have to use the default climbing speed, which is half your speed unless you have one. So.
And I quickly turn to Pesto and say, "Oh, hang on, I need to get into the accent."
Me too.
Something, shrimp on the barbie. That's what people say Australians sound like, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yep, every single one of them has the horrendous stereotype.
Yeah. I say, can you get me over there, you little nipper?
Never call me that again, but yeah, I can do it. Where do you want to be?
You just call me a little nipple.
By the captain, ideally.
All right. Give me just a second.
So you're holding your action for whatever that is?
I don't need to hold my action for that, do I? For you to then do whatever your thing is. I'm assuming I just need to be a willing creature. So I could hold an action to do an attack or a spell once I'm over there.
I mean, it depends. Depending on what is being done, you could obviously hold your action to assist with whatever that is to make it more likely to be successful.
I'm assuming I just need to be a willing creature for whatever this is, Rowan.
Yeah, you need to
Cool.
choose to
Yes,
fail a
then
con
that's-
save.
Then that's all good.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So yes,
Then
you
in
could
that
hold
case-
your action for after that.
I'm going to enlarge shield. So my tower shield is going to grow like bony protrusions and spikes
Ooh.
around a bit so that it covers a wider area. And
Very
kind of
cool.
has like barnacles and seashells and stuff all over it.
I presume that is shield or something along those lines to give you a higher
That is
AC.
not shield. It is the new version of Blade Ward.
So what does that, so that sets your AC to like what, 22?
No, my AC is already 22.
So 24?
So it's an action to cast. So yes, for all of our listeners who have not looked at the new Player's Handbook for 2024, it's an action to cast. Targets myself. It is concentration up to a minute, but whenever a creature makes an attack roll against me before the spell ends, and ranged weapon attacks against people close to me are ranged attacks against me, the attacker subtracts a d4 from their attack roll.
Right. Did you want to roll that d4? It's more fun, I guess, when you do it.
Yeah, if you're happy for me to go, no, it doesn't work.
You do
Silvery
anyway.
bar. Silvery bar.
Minus
Silvery
this
bar.
much. Stop it.
And actually, that doesn't hit you. What you actually have made as a character is just the "I don't think so" character. You've won up.
You've
the
made
DM
the
in so many
no.
things.
You've made
You-
the
you
character
are
no.
The anti-improv character.
How rude.
I
I am
don't
the
think so.
anti-sneak attack, surprise attack hero.
Range attack.
Just anti-attack.
Yeah, as long as it's ranged. If it's melee, then I have other stuff I can do, but it's not quite as good.
Right. So it's taken a long time, but what you're doing is you're holding your action. Oh no, you're not holding your action.
Nope.
You've cast that, and you're waiting to be teleported. Wonderful.
My shield is bigger.
We move on to them, and the question is, do they want to stop or...
Tell me they want to.
let me just check up one quick thing of my own rules.
I'm just waiting to see if they jump over here.
It would be very funny if you teleported me over there and all of
Yeah.
them leave and board our ship.
Yeah. I'm just waiting. If one of them does hop over here, they're just going to be swarmed by toys. And that image is fueling me.
I mean, for once, I've actually got an idea ready, and I'm just sat here going, come on, let me do my thing.
At what point in the last week did you come up with it, Purdy? So we know how long you've been sitting on it.
About 20 minutes ago.
Oh, that's good. Well done.
Well, however long it took you to do your bit, so yeah, 20 minutes.
My turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a minute and a half.
So, they are, as they were, rotating ever so slightly. Whoop, and they're going to slam straight into the side of your ship.
Hello?
Boom! It will stop them, because you're stopped. You stop their movement, and to your hull, you're going to have 31 damage, as it just cracks into the side of you. Just the hull, nothing else. That'll be what they do for the round. Next up...
Alex, actually, thank you for doing that, because now it's at a nice, even 10 damage. Like tens of damage on there.
You're welcome.
Do they take any of that damage?
They have a save to pass for it, right?
You know what? You bring up a good point, and I obviously have thought about this before. I haven't. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, the helmsman must make a skill check. Yep, I just didn't read my own rules. Which
I thought I remembered reading that.
Which means...
Which just makes sense, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's so the ESM is the difference. You're on the same ships, so they do save, so they don't take the damage.
Okay.
Yes, I remember, because I was like, there's something about different size ships, which obviously makes sense.
I didn't know that's what ESM meant, but
I can't remember. I can't remember what it stands for. It stands for enemy ship modifier. Effectively,
I
it's just
hate acronyms.
It's the calculator. It's just easier than saying enemy ship
I
modifier every
know.
time. It's just the calculation of how much bigger your ship is than theirs, or their ship is than yours, so that it's much easier. Yes. So I'll just use their terms at this point. Swashbuckler is their turn. They're going to... Let's do an actual movement now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're just going to move across to here. Not board your ship, but they're going to stand in front of you guys, and they're going to use their rapier on the one they can reach, which is Pesto.
Great. I'll use my reaction for my protection fighting style. Let me just make sure, because this is the first time we're doing it. When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that's within 5 feet of you, you can take a reaction to interpose your shield if you're holding one. You impose disadvantage on the triggering attack roll and all other attack rolls against the target until the start of your next turn if you remain within 5 feet. So, disadvantage.
Wonderful. So, these attacks will be at disadvantage. Good to know. Which is that. So, first one, which is the rapier. It's definitely not going to hit. That's a 9. So, Pesto, I'm sure you look. There's a slam. You're like, oh no, the ship. You look up. There's a rapier coming straight towards your face, and the shield just bam down in front of you and takes the impact. The shield's
Big
bigger than.
barnacle encrusted shield.
You need to get your shield cleaned up. This is gross.
I mean, usually it's tidier.
Tries to attack round it with a dagger, and that's
It's
going to be
also
a 12.
disadvantage.
Yeah, I know. 12. And then the third one, because at this point, it's going to be a 9. So yeah, basically, the shield is completely encompassing, and he's completely unable to get any damage around you. So you're just hiding behind the shield. Next up is the one that's standing next to that, who's going to come round to the other side, now looking directly at Pesto. I'm assuming that shield thing doesn't... You said until the end of your next turn? Your next turn.
My next turn.
Yeah, gotcha.
Until the start of my next turn.
That's fine. I'm not...
As long as I remain within 5 feet of Pesto. So if he teleports me somewhere, I'm gone.
I'm not upset by that.
But,
It was more
yeah.
just making sure that there's the definition of it. Are they going to bother boarding?
Little raccoon hides inside suit of friend.
I think...
Yeah. Unfortunately, this doesn't interact with the shield thing I just did. But I
think they are going to bother boarding.
Flavor-wise, it does.
She's going to pop across. Give her a little athletics check just to hop over the bar. She's fine. Just whoops over the edge. And is in fact, seeing you doing this defense, going to instead just attack Ozzy, because why wouldn't she? So, no disadvantage.
Drawing fire.
Effective tank.
I'm doing my
You've
job.
made You
Exactly.
made the D&D tank. The first one ever.
Okay. So you're going to have 2 attacks against you, unless either of these have disadvantage for any reason of all of your stuff. They've already used your reaction, so
Yeah, not that I can think of.
unlikely you do it.
I'm gnawing at their ankles.
That is 2 absolutely terrible rolls. On the dice, you've got a 5 and a 2. So I don't even have to give you the extra numbers. Both of those miss. Comes around, swings this giant greatsword.
Would you like me to roll your negative modifier anyway?
I don't think. I mean, that's up to you, but it's not
Do
necessary.
it for the fun of it.
First one would have been -3.
Yeah.
Second one would have been -4.
Yeah.
So
That's
a good
good.
start.
Yeah, swings around and tries to hit you. You move the shield just ever so slightly sideways, wham, into the side of the shield. Unfortunately, that was it. Moving on to Pesto. Maybe trying to hold in the fecal matter that appeared when you were about to be stabbed with a rapier. What are you doing?
Do you still want to go over there?
All I can do. It's up to you, buddy.
We'll be fine. And I cast Vortex Warp on you.
Okay.
So as I'm hiding behind your shield, I reach back and touch your armor, and reality starts to like warp. Like if the enemy looking at them sees the air and just like reality shifting around him in like the center of his torso before he just pops out of existence and appears. I believe I can put him right next to the captain.
Measure the distance. I think I've
Yes,
made it so everyone can
got
move everyone, so
90.
you can move them. They can't stand on the helm.
Well,
That 10-foot square in front of the captain, you can't stand there.
Where the
we
wheel
go right
is.
there though.
Yeah.
Where the yeah, so you would end up slipping and getting a. Well, to be fair, I was going to say you'd end up getting one of the pegs of the wheel up your bumhole, but you don't have a bumhole, so in your femur or in your hips, I
mean,
guess.
Covered in armor, so
Yeah,
Your arm
you
hole.
land smack between the two of them.
howdy.
But your armor has like a butt flap, just like those old trousers in the medieval times.
Sure. I've
For
been
the
meaning to get
skeletal,
that
too.
sewed clothes. It's not like I've got a use for it.
Yeah, sewing armor, the classic way of fixing armor.
On the other end, they see the same sort of thing, except they just see it happening in the air before he pops into
Yeah.
reality.
Okay. Anything else? I'm presuming that was your action.
My toys. They swarm.
Yeah, I know they're around the cannon at the moment, so.
Yes. So the one that's come over is unfortunately the only one accessible to the 3 of them right now,
Okay.
and Olive. So, all right. First time running this. Let you know what Olive's thing is right here. Let me do that first.
Okie dokie.
Olive drops the cannonball they were about to put back in. It's like ha, ha, and then goes, and the bottom of their jaw just distends a bit, and a bunch of acid spits out of the mouth.
Noise.
This lady.
For our listeners and also for us, because this is only like our 3rd session, remind us what all of these toys look like and which one's which.
So Olive is the homunculus, who looks like a meerkat, but they've got robotic ears. They've got like big goggle, like glass goggle things instead of eyes, and they've got bat wings. So the bottom of this meerkat's jaw just like inflates like a dang frog and spits at this lady. I'll go through them as I do their attacks.
I remember one of them's a toy sheep.
Yes, one of them is a sheep in a captain's hat and eye patch.
I thought there was a hummingbird.
One is a hummingbird, yes. That is a 16 to hit the lady with acidic
The
spittle.
lady does not hit, I'm afraid. It hits the armor and just sort of glances off. There's a little sizzle, corrodes off the nice shiny front parts of it, but unfortunately does not get through to do any damage.
Dang. Okay. Well, then let's start with Lem the sheep. So they're like a stuffed like ragdoll sheep with a little captain's hat and eye patch, and then a button eye on the other one. And they come over. They drop the cannonball and pull out the tiniest little wooden dagger and come over and stab at this lady's boot. They have a +9 to hit.
What?
So that's a 19 to hit.
Why do they have a +9? Is that based on your
Because they-
stats?
Yeah, it is because they're my main little thing.
Crazy. No, that's fine. Yeah, that hits. Just like
Wonderful.
slams down, gets between like the some of the hinges of the toe covers, and just goes straight into the foot. This
It
lady's
does. It does only do 4 damage. but
Doesn't matter. Still surprising, not expected.
yeah. And then there's Basil the dragon, who is like a little like wooden multi-layered dragon thing that moves like the fidget worm toys over to this lady's feet and bites for what would be another 4. Yeah, that's a lot. 25. Another 4 bludgeoning.
Okay. She's not looking healthy. Just being
And-
swarmed by these tiny little toys.
And Pine Nut the woodpecker doesn't have a flying mechanism just yet, so they do have to hop over.
Woodpecker.
Yeah.
Hummingbird?
I thought it was hummingbird.
No, it was woodpecker. I have it written down here.
Then fair enough.
Yeah, I was wrong before. They hop over with the little bird legs. This one's a little different. This one, its beak is really sharp.
Just
What
drilling
is-
into the armor.
Yeah.
Sorry. So we've got Basil the fidget dragon, Olive
Mhm.
the robot meerkat with wings, Pine
Yeah,
Nut
bat
is a
wings.
woodpecker. Who am
And
I
Lem the
missing?
sheep.
Lem the sheep.
Lem.
Did you say that the meerkat has bat wings?
Yes.
Cool, meerbat.
Yes, Meerbat. That is a 17 to hit.
17 will not hit, unfortunately.
Dang.
Starts trying to drill into this armor, but unfortunately cannot. Starts doing it. The ringing just gets into its head, and it just sort of shakes away slightly.
And Purdy, what's your dragon's name? It was Pumpkin Spice Latte.
It was
Yep.
indeed. Who's currently on the other side of the ship, just like on the other side of the ship, licking the residual gunpowder out of the cannon.
Yeah. Yeah, that is exactly what they'd be doing.
I must confess, I remember Pumpkin Spice Latte. I do not remember the name of Purdy's character because I think we called you by 10 different nicknames so far.
Niffy,
Yep.
Niffy,
Yeah.
that's it.
Nifalia, Niffy, Nunu.
And
No,
Pine
no,
Nut, Pine Nut the woodpecker is going to back up out of melee range because they have subtle motions, which means they cannot be opportunity attacked.
Okay, that's the question. Indeed.
The other 2 stay in range.
Sounds good. I'm assuming that's everything.
I believe so. Yep.
Nifhay. So just so you're aware, you're currently standing in front of a cannon that is not loaded.
Mm-hmm.
The swashbuckler on the other side is in fact standing directly at the barrel end of the cannon that is not loaded. I'll give you no more information.
And it's an action to load, isn't it?
It is
Attack.
an attack action. So if you have 2 attacks, you can load and fire.
Cool, that's what she's doing.
Cool. So you pick up the cannonball that's just been dropped by
Lem.
whoever was holding it. Lem.
Oh no, Olive was.
No. Yeah.
Multiple of them. And in the Cthulhu, you're like, okay, just open up the bag. Clunk, clunk. Boom! And you know what? I'm not even going to make you roll.
Thank
to hit.
you.
He's standing directly in front. I'm going to say it doesn't hit the ship because it just goes straight over the front of it. But in fact, actually, yeah, no, it would do. So technically, they're jumping down to you because they're on the upper part of the ship and you're on the middle part of the ship. So you just point it directly upwards and fire, and it's just going to go straight to him and then miss the ship. But yeah, you can just go straight damage.
Oh.
Because he's just
Everyone
standing
make
at
a
the
note for
barrel of the
future,
gun.
Don't stand in front of the enemy cannon.
Yeah, don't stand in front of the enemy cannon.
I think it's
Got
pretty
it.
good. I think it's pretty
Yeah,
good
I
to
feel
just
like
not
we
stand in
probably-
front of cannons usually.
I feel like we probably would have not done that anyway.
Remind me what the damage is, please.
The damage
40
for your-
10.
Yeah, your 9-pound cannons are 4d10.
I got all the information now too. I can help.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
they're 4d10?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
Damn it, I was rolling 3d10 all last session.
Joe! It's the cannonades that are 3d8.
There is a chance that I've given you wrong information, and I apologize if that's what's
Right.
happened.
Maybe it.
Yeah, I thought I was only rolling 3 because I've only got 3 out.
Then I
Yeah,
may
It
have
is
pulled-
different. It
The
is
Homebrew
different
rules
on.
doc says 3d10.
Yeah.
Okay, then I've obviously updated one and not another. That is my bad. It does mean that last time I would have been doing 3d10, not 4d10. So,
Guys, hear me out. 18-pound cannon coming out of the treant's mouth.
I mean, it would be massive, but at some point we have to buy it and fit it and pay for all of that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
What am I
Fine,
doing,
so
3 or 4?
3d10. So you go back to the
3d10,
question. How much
yeah.
damage does it do? 3d10. We knew that off the bat and didn't have to cut out any audio.
Plus your dex.
Oh,
What's yours?
15.
15 in total.
Mhm.
Okay, so doesn't kill him. He
Oh.
pokes his head over the edge. He's looking over like, nah, and you fire, and it just clips the side of his body, like spins him round as it impacts off him and goes flying into the distance, leaving
that
this like,
shoulder's very dislocated.
yeah, like just
at
like
least.
dislocates the shoulder. He just looks down at you, grabs his arm, and just puts it back in place.
You can just leave it like that. You're going to be dead soon anyway.
In response to him doing that, she just takes her ladle off of a belt, puts her foot in it, pulls it up, and just flies off onto their boat.
Wait, no! Wait, no!
You fly off. How high in the air are you going, or are you just landing on this thing behind them?
Oh, I'm planning on just going over to the ship, but I need to work out.
So there is 20 feet, but there'll be a little bit of upward movement, so just add 5 feet onto
Yeah,
it.
I've got
just like-
50. I think it's 50 or is it 30? Come on, 30 feet when carrying over 200 pounds.
I mean, unless Niffy is extremely dense, it's likely she can move 50.
Yeah.
So just 45 from, like, if you're going onto the ship, that's all.
So let's go. about
Pumpkin,
that.
you'll
I think
stay and
it's
help me,
about
won't you?
30. Yeah.
Speaking of pumpkin.
Off.
Clump, just like, just licking the
Sick
black
'em!
powder. You say pumpkin, and she?
It. We haven't decided.
They? And they're like, huh? Oh, and they suddenly notice other people like, hang on.
Snack
Step
time!
over.
Can that be their attack
Obviously,
command?
Yeah, it would be.
Can
oh my
snack
god,
time
yes.
please be their
Can
Snack
their
command?
attack.
time is their command.
And they're attacking the knight.
Yeah. They're going to try and bite.
Boy, eh.
Yeah, welcome to do so.
21.
That's definitely going to hit.
Yeah.
Just crunches into the armor. You see some of the armor start to like crumple as the teeth pierce through and get to the flesh.
So 9 normal damage and 1 of cold.
Okay. That's 10.
Yep.
You can see it impacts them hard, and they just like gasp, but they're still standing. That's like pierced along or something. That's gone
Yep.
through. Next up is going to be back here, who's going to... now I believe the druid did Buckskin prior.
Wait, Ozzy, did you do your attack action for when you got over there?
Didn't hold an attack
I wasn't
action.
holding an attack. I did the expanded shield
the shield
instead.
thing.
Well, I'm going to do this even though I know technically it's not going to be great, but that's not what they're not smart enough for that. They're going to point at the ground and cast Entangle, which is a 20-foot square, which I believe, if I can just draw that out, she should be able to do that. Can you see that?
I see the square, yes.
Yes.
Because last time you couldn't see it. Okay, it's massive, and I apologise for that, but...
And very thick.
So, that area is entangly bangly. Could you please do a strength saving throw?
So, I only rolled a 4 on the dice, so it's only an 11.
You do not succeed. You appear, say hello, as you did earlier, and then these the wood itself seems to revivify slightly to its more green form as vines sprout out of the ground and clamber up your legs, up around your arms. So a creature restrained by the
take
plants
issue
can
with
use
that.
this action.
I said howdy, not hello.
There you go. So you are at this point restrained.
Yes.
You can make a strength saving throw, of course, on your turn. So your speed is 0, attack rolls against you have advantage, and attack rolls that you do have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, but you can still attack, you just can't move. Okie dokie. They are then going to... Are they going to move away? No, they'll stay where they are. Probably a stupid idea, but whatever. And then
And which one cast it, sorry?
the one that's standing next to you,
There were 2 standing next to me.
the one that isn't the captain.
Cool.
The one that is obviously at this point a druid, because they've got bark skin, and is bark skin concentration? Because entangle is concentration. Yeah, bark skin goes away. Entangle is concentration.
So less obviously a druid.
No, obviously a druid, just obviously not a very good druid. Then it is the red dragon wormling who the captain just like flings their arm upwards, as in a sort of like moving, not throwing action, and the red dragon wormling is going to... How far can you go? Fly 60, so they're going to go 120 feet. Which is about over there. Whoop, and they just start flying away.
Where the fuck are they going?
Away.
Where the fuck are they going?
How large is it, Alex? Is it the same size as pumpkin spice latte is, or
you know,
is it like
so-
baby, like
Technically,
small dog?
it is medium. Visually,
Which is the same
5
as
foot square.
pumpkin.
oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Technically, 5 foot square. Visually, smaller than that, but just like from it is a medium creature.
But it looks healthy. It doesn't look like it's a hatchling. Doesn't
No,
look
it
like you'd
it
take it
looks
out with
young.
one crossbow bolt.
No. Looks healthy enough and fairly grown. Yes, probably about the same as pumpkin. Then we go around to Monte, who pulls out their pistol. Which, I believe they have a.
I thought you were going to say pulls out the fight and runs away.
I'm just going to back away from this one, boys. Now I don't have access to their sheet because it's on DMV, and I completely forgot to ask for them. But I do know that they have a pep box, and their dexterity is, I assume it's like a +4, so I'll just give them something like that. And it is a range of 40 or 160. So how far away are they from here? More than enough to pull out the pepper box and take a shot at the knight. They pull out the gun, and the gun goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake, why did you keep equipping me?" As
The gun does?
the gun does, as he goes, "What?" And then takes a shot anyway. It's going to be a natural 1. He's so surprised. He's like, "Huh?" He just like looks at it, and it fires in his hand. He's like, "Oh shit!" And it just goes off into the air.
Wait, he was surprised by it too?
He was surprised that the gun spoke to him. Yes.
So the voice that was in the sword has transferred
Is now-
to
oh, God.
any weapon that he uses.
Oh, good God.
No.
Oh no.
Cursed? Whoever thought of a cursed weapon? I'm going to win that natural 1. Going to go to... Actually, I don't know if... So, Monty is a swashbuckler. Would he have multiple attacks at level 8? Not
He is a
swashbuckler. He's a swordsbard, sorry.
Yeah.
He
Swords
does
bard.
have 2 attacks.
We have 2 attacks, and
But his gun breaks on a natural 1, doesn't it?
it is a misfire of 1. Oof. Yes.
See, this is why I asked to see the rules for the stuff that I'm not using.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Is that misses? Weapon cannot be used again until you use action to try and repair it. To repair, okay, so can't do anything on this round, unfortunately. I probably has a sword, but I will not do that for now. It's not like we're struggling anyway.
He could move up,
He could, but I reckon he'd probably stay at the helm and use the gun.
even though he has a second attack and can't do anything with it now.
Yes.
Okay.
Aussie.
This entangle, is it an action to break out, or is it a thing that happens
Let
at
me-
the end of my turn?
Quickly check. I believe it's an action. A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength saving check against the spell save DC.
A strength saving throw or ability check? You said saving
strength.
check.
It's interesting actually because I said strength saving throw because when it was cast, it's strength saving throw, but a creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check.
Cool.
So it's not a strength saving, which is odd because I would have thought it would be, but apparently not.
Okie dokie. Do we want to do that yet? And then presumably if I stay in the square, I will have to make the check again. I presume.
What do you mean by staying? So you can't move currently?
Yeah, so if I use my action to break free and succeed, I am assuming I would need to move outside of the square.
You know,
Otherwise, it would just
yeah, it
try
doesn't.
and trap me again at the end of my turn or something similar.
A creature in the area or when you cast the spell must. So yes, I would say at the beginning of your turn you'd have to make a strength saving throw again. Yes.
So in that case, yeah, I'll try and break free first of all.
Okay. You're breaking free. You're soaring, flying.
I am
There's not a star
Efron
in
Zach.
heaven that we can't reach.
15 plus 3.
You succeed. You look down. You're like, how did I even get entangled with this? Just rip out your legs from these vines.
And I'm gonna move there.
Yep.
So
There will be
if
an
they want to
opportunity
take an
attack.
opportunity. Yeah, go for it.
They will. I think it's very unlikely that they actually hit you.
Let me check if restrained affects concentration. It does not.
Okay. Normally a very good hit for you. Fucking useless. It's a 19 to hit. They just see you moving away. They're like, ah! They swing around a quarterstaff and just pang, come off your armor.
It's a 15 to hit.
I mean, it doesn't matter anyway.
And so for my bonus action,
yep,
I shall use my last War Priest bonus action attack
Okie
on
dokie.
the Capitan.
El Capitan.
So I will be attacking with my... I believe I have my battle axe out, so I will use that.
Sure.
That is another 15 plus 6 for 21.
Very nice. Yes, you just swing down, slash straight into the arm.
So that is a D8 plus 3. So max damage, 11 damage. And I need them to make a Constitution saving throw for the topple property.
Okay. Constitution saving throw is... that is a 15. Yep, 15.
God, it would be so useful if it then said there what it is. Hang on. So it's 8 plus proficiency, 11 plus my strength modifier for 14. So they just save, but that's okay.
Yes, you start just to topple, but grab onto the helm to keep himself upright. They got a low center of gravity.
That's awesome because I'm also making it a trip attack. So I
So funny
will
you can do both, but okay.
ask for a strength save, please.
Hang on, they do a con because it could knock him over, and then a strength because it could knock him over.
Yes.
It's crazy how many things you can do on one attack. Anyway, a strength saving throw. Whip. Not as good. That's a 12.
Then they fall prone, and they also take an extra d8 of damage. They take an extra 6 damage.
Okay.
I say, good day.
Yeah. Just slam into them. They manage to hold up, and then you just push harder on the blade, and it just slams them down to the ground. Okay.
So they sort of, so they didn't dodge the axe, but I instead hit them with the handle, and rather than the blade, and so rather than them falling to the force, I am then yanking it back.
Okay.
There we go.
That is fine. It is their turn next. They're going to stand up, obviously. And where's the symbol? There it is. And they're going to...
Sorry, I would have also shouted out, hey, Niffy, you might want to send pumpkin after tomato ketchup.
You just hear Niffy fall into fits of laughter at that.
Don't let the wormling get away.
The captain just looks at you and is just like, leave my dragon alone. And then is going to make 3 attacks. We'll do them one at a time. First is a 19.
Misses.
Already misses, so it doesn't matter. Second is a 22. Usually could.
22 would hit, but
Not currently.
One, so.
And then third hit is a 26, but then you have to do your roll.
Maximum of 4 would still make it 22, which would hit had I not just gotten my reaction back.
I believe you. I can't fucking
Exactly.
believe you.
So you will see Ozzy begin to embody the dreadnought, and the kind of armor begins to almost look like it is plating on a large battleship. As my AC
I can't see that.
27 plus a d4, so you miss.
Yeah.
Is Ozzy the final boss?
So like, if it looked like I wasn't listening, I figured that I was missing, so I kind of just started reading other things. What I was reading
It's
is,
for the benefit of the audience.
as a bonus action, she can shove. But there is nothing in terms of saving throws or anything. It just works? It's apparently just what's on
Shove
here.
Action.
A bonus action is added as shove. Now, because it just reads, the target is pushed up to 10 feet away and knocked prone. Now, I know there is a shove.
Is this a separate thing, or is this the shove action as a
There
bonus action?
is the question, because it doesn't say shove like the normal shove action, because it has its own description. But it does say push 10 feet away and knock prone, which I believe is the standard shove rules.
Standard shove is strength or dex save, the target chooses which, and pushed 5 feet, or you choose for them to have the prone condition.
Then it's different. But I'm still going to do a dex save, because it just seems ridiculous that they could just shove you and you have zero control over whether that works or not, you know?
Sorry, you're choosing a dex save, or you're doing the same as the regular one, in which case I choose.
I'm going to weigh it slightly further in mind and say you have to do a dex save, because this says nothing at all, so I'm already being found.
17.
Yeah, that would be fine. So, just tries to shove you. Unfortunately, of course, does not manage to push you as you're planted into the ground. But that would have been hilarious if you'd gone over the side of the ship.
I mean, we would have then had, from what we established last time, of another save.
Yeah, you would have had a save to see if you fall over, but it still would be hilarious if you were like, haha, I'm the big guy, and then you just fall off the side of the ship.
I turn into a big stone and then sink to the bottom of the ocean.
I'm sure Niffy would find that even more hilarious.
Yes.
We'll have to haul them off the bottom of the ocean after this.
Right. Our swashbuckling friend not happy that they just got a cannon shot at them. Did you say... Yeah, so Niffy went back down to the deck level, didn't she?
Yeah.
So they're going to come over and try to hit you 3 times. First time with a rapier, which is going to be a 13. Seems unlikely at your level. And then 2 dagger attacks. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, no, that was right. Which is going to be a 23 and a 13. So the 13 will miss, but I imagine the 23
Hit.
Which I think is like the first time I've actually fucking hit you in this fight. Anyone.
Oh, no, actually, I did take... Oh, no, that wasn't in this fight, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
That was the last one.
And you take a nice shit 6 damage. You're all doing well, mostly because I'm rolling so badly.
Did you say 6?
6 damage.
God, this is not easy to write on.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be easier if it was like on the surface.
Yeah, I know, but I can't.
Okie dokie. The knight is going to just continue attack. Oh, been bitten by the dragon. The one standing next to Pesto has been bitten by the dragon.
Yeah, there's a sheep, a
looking
little
good.
dragon toy. There's a meerkat flying behind the cannon, behind Pesto,
And
a
yet,
little woodpecker that's run away.
in what will probably be their final breath, they're going to attack Pesto.
Do it.
2 attacks.
This is where I don't get to say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine. I can say something if it is.
Okay, the first is going to be a 21.
Yep. And before you do your second one,
I know, that's why I paused.
yes, I need them to make a strength save of 15.
Against.
So when I'm hit, there is an orange glow in Pesto's eyes as a like a orange burst of energy just flashes from his center mass, or the center mass.
Is it damaging, frightening?
It's damaging and pushing.
Damaging. Alright, so they do a... Doesn't come... Yeah, they can use a reaction halfway through the turn, can't they?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not a melee attack. So it doesn't matter anyway. Woo! What? I need to change dice. These are so... Shit. These are
No,
6.
keep those guys.
No, I'm changing
So-
dice.
I mean, it may not matter anyway. They take
Doesn't matter, they
13
explode.
Yeah, 13 force
They
damage.
explode. They literally, inside of their armor, the force hits them into the back of their own armor. They've just been clamped. The teeth holes that were made by Pesto, this like red goop just as they just collapse down to the ground.
How much damage did I take from that attack?
Do they still hit you with the
Yeah,
with the attack?
it's when I take
okay,
damage.
Fine. Then you would have taken dice. You would have taken 12 damage.
Okay.
So they
What I'm learning
slice
from this
into
is
you.
that I should let you get a hit, Rowan.
Sometimes.
Yeah, over in the distance you see that happen and go, interesting. I
What
see.
if you hit Pesto, you fucking blow up?
Yeah, you just get fucking eviscerated.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And unfazed by this. I'm sure Pumpkin just starts licking up the blood off the floor.
Yeah, probably.
Pesto, you say ow, and then it is your turn.
Ow, yeah. And as my toys start to move over, which I believe, yeah, they can. Or there is an upper deck, right?
So, yeah, where Niffy and the Swashbuckler are standing, that is an upper deck, so it's a little bit of upwards movement of about 5 feet, is what I said. I'm sure it'll be different, I don't care. About 5 feet.
Okay. I think the toys can make it then. All of them except...
Yeah.
What's his face? Pine Nut cannot. They only have 20 feet.
Okay.
And they're a little further away.
20 feet? Are they a
20
caterpillar?
feet of movement. No, 20 feet of movement, you fucker.
Movement.
You fucker.
I was listening back to C2, and the Chickapedes just came up.
Oh, yeah, the chickadees.
Oh no!
Yeah. I've got a drawing of them somewhere still.
Yeah.
That's
It's supposed to be very good for you, and you can use the water as a replacement for egg in vegan recipes.
Yeah, I do like chickpeas.
I hate chickpeas.
You
I
hate
don't know.
chickpeas?
I've gone from hating them to I think I dislike them.
I mean,
I'm getting used to
you
them
usually
more.
cook them into things.
Yeah.
We do a nice chickpea and chicken stew thing.
That sounds good. Have a chana
We have them
masala.
on
That
the
shit is.
salad bar, like just plain chickpeas for people to put in the salad. I'm like, what the fuck?
Ew.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure some people like them, but yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they go quite well.
they're actually really good for sat fat absorption as well.
So,
What's happening?
Pesto
Oh, so you
effort-
clambered up.
Yeah, Pesto effortlessly climbs up because he's got a climb speed.
Yeah, well, just like
and-
Rocket Raccoon in Marvel.
Yeah. Without the jetpack boosting it.
Yes, that's where everyone knows that character from. No way.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Rocket Raccoon from Marvel Rivals.
and right behind Pesto is the dragon and the sheep.
Yeah.
Crawling to
The
this guy's feet.
dragon?
Yeah, the small toy dragon,
Yeah,
not
the
the
toy
big
dragon.
real dragon.
Wait,
Hazel
you have
dragon.
a toy dragon as well?
Told you weren't listening.
I went through and like re-described them.
You've got a woodpecker, a sheep, a meerkat. I didn't realise you had
And
a
a toy
dragon. as
dragon.
well. I
It's
honestly
called
did not
Basil.
realise you had a dragon.
That's kind of built like one of the fidget worm.
Yeah. It's like a brush, so it's like a basil brush. So,
I've listed it as Basil Fidget Dragon.
Yeah.
I need to write these all down.
So as Pesto climbs up, it's gonna charge the big old chunky gauntlet on their hand and lob a fireball at this guy's face.
not a fireball.
Not a fireball, but a ball of fire.
Not a fireball, just a ball of fire.
I believe that's a lot to hit. Yeah, it's a +9, so that is 18. 18
Does
to hit.
hit. Tries to dodge, distracted by attacking Niffy. Gets hit in the side with his flamed. Niffy, I'm sure you go bit close.
11 fire damage.
Okay. They're still standing.
And
Burnt up, clothes are singed. Their mustaches slightly disappeared.
from the ship, Olive's just gonna fly up a little bit to get a better angle and spit up. Just barf, just full on yarf.
And then
When
do damage.
the fire happens, you just see if you go, what the actual fuck?
I wasn't gonna hit you. I'm careful. It's a 16 to hit this boy.
And then acid comes raining down from the sky. 16, unfortunately, does miss as he just sort of steps out of the way, hits the ground, starts sizzling on the wood, close to Niffy's feet.
And then the dragon and the sheep with the wooden knife are clambering at their feet. For a 17 on the dragon.
Right, I got confused. You said 17 on the dragon. 17 from the dragon to
Yes.
hit. Does hit.
And then a dirty 20 from the sheep.
Also hits.
So that's eight more bludgeoning damage coming their way.
Okie dokie. Yeah, just absolutely being attacked and pounded by all of these fireballs, dodging this left and right. Niffy, I'm sure you're a little concerned. There's a lot of like acid and fire and stuff, and it might scuff up your boots.
Yeah, she's like really not impressed by all this.
Niffy, please get out of here and go get that dragon.
I can't!
Yes, you can. You got a big gun.
I'll send Pumpkin!
And you can fly.
And you can fly! Faster than your dragon!
Fuck's sake, why do I always get these fucking things? All I wanted to do was chop him.
I presume that's everything from you?
I think so.
Okay, if you Nippy, your turn.
She wants to get a chop in, so she's gonna grab, like, Bessie and just, like, wail at his neck if she can.
I know I keep referencing C2, but currently you own a donkey called Bessie, and the visuals are now hilarious. So you just grabbed Bessie.
That is 17.
17 hits. Swing up, slice up the chest.
For 6 damage.
You've been abused. Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna hit with Messi as well.
Okay.
Ah.
You hit with Bessie, and then you say Messi.
What?
Just thank you in French.
13. No, not 13. 23, you dumbass.
Alright, rude.
I'm talking to myself because I couldn't math.
I thought you were really good at maths. It does hit.
I am really good at maths, but not when I play
No,
D&D,
not today.
apparently.
Dice rolls make it hard, okay?
Yeah, 7.
Okay. Slice up with both of these. There's this big X of blood dripping down the body.
And then she'll be like, my bitch, get on her later.
Okay. Opportunity attack.
Yeah.
With the rapier, which is going to be useless. What is that? 11 to hit. No, you just skip out of there too fast. It's just hardly paying attention. So you can move
To there.
Yep, you head across on your ladle. Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Climb over and finish the job.
I was trying to work out whether Pumpkin would fly after Niffy or continue having snack time because they were told snack time. Yeah, it's snack time because they were told snack time.
Okay. They've at this point then got bored of the blood dripping off one person, goes up, sees you flying away, and is like, well, this person's still here. Obviously, Niffy's an idiot, and is going to attack.
So I kind of got the they're going to be like flying after Niffy and just like snack time and try and bite as they fly past.
And the swashbuckler goes, snack time? What are you? Oh god!
Oh no, I've got to go back to that one. 24. I maths right that time.
Hits and jumps in the air, lands mouth around the head, slams down on the ground, pulling him, wrenching him downwards, and just like snaps the neck in two, crushing at the same time. He's dead.
Cool.
Now, I'm imagining, by the way, and you can correct me, but like because of the shape of the thing I have here, and also it's just cuter. I know Pumpkin is a white dragon, but I always imagined it looks like the white dragon out of How to Train Your Dragon, the inverse toothless.
Kinda. Did I ever share a picture of it?
I do not remember.
It's
You
a really
showed
cute
me.
picture. Yeah, I know I showed you. It's a
I don't
really
think
cute
I've
But it was
picture
like the
of it.
baby version, not
Yeah.
no, it's adolescent.
I'll share it in a little bit, and you guys can see how cute it is.
Yeah, but yes, slams down. I mean, still a big heavy beast. They will have already moved. What is that? 5, 10, 15, 20 feet or so. Because they have to go up. They have to go up, remember? Yeah, they just hop down, I should say, into the lower section. A lot of dead people. The druid. Okay, now. Okay, the druid is going to cast Shillelagh. And their quarterstaff glows and is just going to try. Oh, no, sorry, going to step up a little bit. And he's just going to try and hit. Let's be honest, it's going to be unsuccessful, but he's going to try and hit.
Listen, it's the attempt that is worthy of praise.
It's a dirty 20. Do you still have that minus 1d4?
I do, but a 20 doesn't hit anyway.
That's true, of course it doesn't. So just, you're like focused on this captain, you get shoved, you're like, okay, and then just behind you there's this. Clang! I'm not even sure you turn around.
The head will swivel. So like, I'll get to you, and it'll rotate the full 360 back to the
That
front.
is horrific. You best start believing in in ghost stories.
Fucking
you're
love
right.
that.
This wormling is going to fly like a bird. He's gonna fly away. Gonna go really fucking far. Over there. just flapping them wings. And then Monte is going to...
What are you laughing at, Ryan?
What are you measuring there,
measuring.
Joe?
I'm measuring how far away the wormling is.
Yeah, I wonder why. Do you have a
We
thing?
have ranged weapons.
Monty is actually going to use their action to try and fix the gun. DC is 8 plus the misfire score, and the misfire score is 1, so it's a DC of 9. I rolled the natural 1.
Uh-huh.
Tries
Which
to...
means I
just
have
like-
to fucking fix it.
Hold on, chaps. One second. What's this bit again? Oh, yes, I remember this. Oh, shit. Oh,
I'll fix
It
it
is-
later!
it was defective.
we should keep some longbows on board, just as like backup.
No need. I'll fix this next time.
Oh lord.
Isn't gonna do a lot, to be honest. Not much else to do. Could get out the rapier, can't get over to do any damage anyway, so...
And we need at least one of us on the ship.
And Ozzy! You're gonna go for El Capitan?
I know what you're thinking, you crazy bitch.
What do you think I'm thinking? And I'll tell you.
You want
how
to
close
tripping
you are.
attack this fucking dragon with the longbow, don't you?
I do with my heavy crossbow.
Can you trip a creature that's flying?
Yes, you can.
Yes,
They just
and if it
fucking
doesn't have
fall out of
hover,
the sky.
it just falls out of the sky.
That's hilarious.
No, so Niffy, you are clearly racing after the dragon, yes?
Yeah, and at the rate they're going, I ain't catching up.
No, but you have like a big gun and stuff, don't you?
Yeah. But can I have a question. Can I shoot and fly?
Why wouldn't you be able to?
Yeah, unless the ladle says you can't, I would imagine
Ladle,
there's no
yeah.
reason why you couldn't.
It was like a cornerstone of...
Yeah.
Um,
Because it's just flavour that you're holding onto a ladle, isn't it? Mechanically,
yeah.
you are riding.
But she's still riding it. As a ladle.
Oh, well,
it's
then-
it's a
there you
long
go.
ladle that she's riding.
well, the way you described it was you have your heel in the ladle and are like holding on to it.
I have like my toes and everything in the ladle bit as a step. Like so
I thought you were just riding it like a broomstick, except it's shaped like a
No.
ladle. What the
Oh, yeah.
fuck are you
No.
talking about?
It's
no,
just
you know
You've
lay
got
your
Yeah,
ladle like
yeah,
this,
Joe.
1 foot here,
Yeah.
other foot
Yeah.
up here, astride.
right,
standing
flying
tall,
Segway.
Yeah!
Rifle.
you know oh my god, Hocus Pocus 2 where they're on the
The vacuum.
Hoover. Hoovers.
Niche reference.
Not even a
Hocus
little
Pocus
bit.
2.
But you got it, didn't
Oh.
you?
So they're on vacuums and one of them I think it's
Obviously.
Mary's on the rumbers. One of them's like just like stood on the vacuum where they've got the feet on the little bot and like yeah.
What are you doing with your turn?
Oh shit, is it my actual turn?
It's your turn.
No, wait,
No.
no, is it?
Oh, I didn't
No, it's
think
not
it
your
was.
turn. It's
Sorry.
Ozzy's turn.
Just
You've
asking
confused me
what
now.
turn.
It is my
Ozzy,
turn.
what are you doing
We
with
were
your
talking
turn?
about what you were going to do on your turn.
It's true.
Yeah.
it's
On
true.
my turn then, if you are clearly racing after the dragon,
Yes,
Um,
thank you.
I will hit El Capitan with a repentant strike using my... Oh, do you know what? I'm going to swap out my battle axe for my long sword
Okay.
and use that instead.
That's Hocus Pocus 2.
That is a natural 1, so I presume that I miss.
Yes, you would. You swing and unfortunately miscalculate the fact that she's quite short, so she ducks a little bit and goes across the head.
Wait, was she still prone?
No, she got up.
Then, yeah, that's wrong. I think that's it for my turn.
Yes.
Nice and simple.
For now. Their turn. As let's see, so that's the bonus action they're gonna do. Niffy,
Mm-hmm.
can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
13.
You hear, in fact, actually, Ozzy, you'd notice that the captain just looks away from you, looks at Niffy, and says, dive. They're casting command. So on your next turn, you have to dive.
My ring of mind shielding won't do anything against that, will it?
Depends what the ring of mind shielding does.
They can't read my thoughts, determine whether I'm lying, know my alignment, know my creature type. They can telepathically communicate with me, but only if I allow it.
This isn't
This is
telepathic
a
communication. This
yeah,
is
this
command.
is a command, isn't
They
it?
out loud say to you, dive.
It's a charm effect, isn't it?
Yes.
That's fine by me.
Then as a... Fine by you?
Mhm.
Okie dokie.
Just gotta go down, right?
Yeah.
Can still go forward.
I mean, sure. As a bonus action, I'm just going to try shoving you again. Aussie.
Okay.
So, dexterity saving throw.
13.
Do not succeed this time. Just looks back at you and gives you an almighty shove low on your center of mass and pushes you back 10 feet technically, shoves you into the side of the ship. Could you make another dexterity saving throw? Or fall over the edge, of course.
Sure. 2.
Yep, you're looking over, you're like, wait, why did they say that? And you fall straight over the edge of the ship into the water. Technically not prone, but you're in the water, so I won't count that. Pesto!
Uh-huh.
Your turn.
5, 10, 15, 20. Can I look over the side of the ship and see Ozzy? Having just fallen in the water?
You definitely would have seen that happen, yes.
Can I see him now?
Oh, as in, can you see him in the water?
Yeah.
Leaning
Remember,
over
you
the
can
edge.
always climb out onto the side.
Yeah, like, I think there's enough of, like... yes.
Cool. Vortex warp him back on.
Sure.
Cheers, bud.
Yep.
Where you putting me?
Right here, just so she can't move over towards Niffy at all.
Sure.
And then I'll continue to move. I have 10 more feet. Stand on this guy's dead corpse. And Olive can move about there.
All the mumblings is just moving around all this plethora of tiny little buddies.
They can just attack the druid with an acidic spittle.
Okay.
So they're gonna bleh.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, that's a lot. It's gonna hit this time. 19 plus 7, 26. 26.
Certainly does it.
Pick up the dang P4. 9 acid damage on the druid.
Okay, they're going to make a concentration check. They're going to fail the concentration check, and not that it was doing a lot, entanglement on the ground will disappear. Just straight goes back into the ground. And they say, "Ah!"
And my little guys are gonna dash just ahead of me.
I'm sure.
That's all I can do.
Okay. Niffy,
I dive down the stairs.
those are
I think Alex gets to choose.
stairs going upwards that you're currently looking at.
Aren't you flying?
And
Yeah.
you're also flying.
But I've been told to dive, and I'm still on the ship technically.
You're above the ship if you're flying.
That's what I mean.
I was going to have you dive into the water, but if you want to just dive straight into the wood, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to take
I don't know why this is fine.
8 damage, and you are immediately halted. That's the end of your movement.
That's not on me. Where's my pen? No.
I guess we're just not bothered about the dragon then.
So, Pesto, you're like, oh, okay, I'll get Ozzy back on. Niffy, are you? Bam! What the fuck? Just collapses onto the ground, crashing out.
I'm standing. No. Or am I prone?
Yeah, you'd be prone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. But shoot. Fuck it. She's gonna try and shoot at the dragon.
Cool. You are currently prone.
Yeah, so you said it was the end of my movement. Do I not have any movement to get back up?
No, it took your movement for the turn.
So I can't shoot from being prone, can I?
You can, you just have extra disadvantage. So you would be doubled up on
So-
that disadvantage with the way that we do this campaign.
Give it a go then.
Double disadvantage. You can do this, it's fine.
I don't think attacking while prone is a disadvantage thing.
I just looked it up. Well, I'll re-look it up. Just a creature has disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yeah.
That's what it says
You learn something new every week.
on roll20.net. So what did you get?
Like 2 plus 7, so 9.
Yes, I can't imagine so. Yes, you're on the ground. You vaguely look up. It's hard to see through the bars. You just and the bullet just disappears into the nothingness.
Cool.
You have no idea. Where
Should you have action to reload them?
Grapple. I'm thinking of grapple. That's the one that always seems like it should affect attack rolls, but doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her done for that time.
Wonderful. You have a Dragoni.
Yep. Who can only travel fucking 40 feet, which is stupid.
Travel 40 feet. He's not going to come over to you. Just watch you crash into the ground.
Yeah. kind of get to about level with me.
They flutter over to you, concerned, giving you a little lick, just sort of like, what was that? No, in fact, no, I know exactly what they do. They come over next to you and just like roll on the ground, thinking that you were just doing something fun. They just imitated you.
And if it's laying there like, no, go get the other one.
Tilt's head.
Oh my fucking god! Will you drop on your head of the egg?
Tilt's head, by the way. Okie dokie. It is the druid's turn who's going to...
Oh, fuck you, Ro.
Are you hungry?
No, they're eating string cheese.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise we weren't allowed to eat string cheese while
No,
you were around.
I'm just going to be bitter about it.
Yeah, they're going to stand over here.
It helps. It's American, so it's not really cheese.
Which means I could probably eat it then.
Yeah, true.
It's true. It's just bad for you in different ways.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to... So if they went there, it would be... Yes, so they're going to stand there, and they're going to cast Thunderwave. I was only working out the position because it's a 15-foot cube, which means they can do that on you and not on their Capitan. So could you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Is there a cube in front of them?
It is, and they're pointing
Is that to me
towards
or
the
to
back of the
Nicky?
ship. Sorry, I
sorry.
apologise. I can see how that's confusing. To you. They're pointing towards the back of the ship, yeah.
Oh, not to me?
Not to you.
Oh, good, because I would have failed that.
You said con, yes?
Constitution, which of course you're quite good at.
22.
Yes, of course, that does indeed
That's better
save.
than mine, because mine was a 3. It's on my way.
There's just this crack of thunder, and it just like the air that's pushed out from it, just like goes through the panels in your armor and through your ribs, makes a wonderful sound as it goes past.
Yeah, play the tune.
Do I take half damage?
Yes, you do take half damage, but you only take 2 damage. I'm rolling so badly. It just like tickles your ribs a little bit.
Head rotates again. I said I'll get to you, okay?
The red dragon wormling.
It's like a ratcheting sound as it goes. Like
Yeah.
bone scraping on bone.
Red dragon wormling is going to go fly again. Absolutely just fluttering out of there. You see a significant amount of relief on the captain's face, seeing the further away that the dragon gets. Monty's turn, who doesn't really have a weapon or anything, is like,
I say, anything for me to do over here, old boys? Or shall I just stay over here? Keep the ship warm.
Stay there.
Make a note of the heading that the dragon's going in.
Yes, that way.
Ozzy.
I want to hit it. We haven't hit it at all yet, have we?
Nope. It's gone.
How far is it from you now? 360. Ooh.
So it's out of vocal range, so even if I make the captain scream, it's not going to turn around and go back.
No.
I don't have 400 feet of rope to attach to a crossbow bolt to to try and like pull on it. No, I'm out of options.
Just have to kill this.
We'll pick up a longbow somewhere.
Like, I'll hold every weapon.
Cool. I will repentant strike on her.
Okay.
I'm going to intend for if and when she gets to 0 for it to be non-lethal. Just before I forget.
Okie dokie.
That is a 9 plus 8 for 17.
It doesn't.
Oh, and I should have made a concentration for the first. Let's save some concentration. Yes, so 19 for the
You said 17.
17. Sorry for the.
Does not
Hit.
hit. Does not hit. Swings
Does not
around,
hit.
manages to block it with some armor panels.
I'll think about how I could have easily hit had I not had to do all my guided strikes on Purdy's cannonball shots. But that's all. That's all I got.
Nippy, you gotta get better at shooting, otherwise I'll keep having to guide your shots. I'm sure Niffy's just looking up at the rainbow belt. It is pitch black dark.
Wait, hang on. No, Niffy has been hurt. Yes?
Yeah, I'll be fine though.
Oh yeah, I would say actually at this point, even with trying to get the dragon, it's pitch black dark at the moment, middle of night. Gone in the darkness, probably. That dragon.
Were you hurt badly, Niffy?
Nah, I'll be fine.
Is that visually obvious, or is that you, Purdy, saying, nah, it's fine, do something else?
So I've lost 14.
Okay, so you're not like, you haven't got like an arm hanging off or anything. Okay,
No, I'm fine.
Cool, that's it then.
Okay. Their turn. They're going to...
Sorry. This thing is a bonus action. I didn't realise it was a bonus action. I'm going to protect the mortal on Niffy. So they get a +2 bonus to AC.
Okay.
But my shield retracts. So Purdy, you've got +2 AC for the next minute or until I lose concentration.
Oh.
Sure. She's going to... No, yeah, nothing much. She's going to keep attacking. 3 attacks against Skeleboy.
Yep.
Oh, which are better, but probably not good enough. 22, missing...
I will embody the Dreadnought again.
12, missing... And 21, missing. Just swinging and swinging and swinging. Evidently losing energy, but keeping up the fight.
I'm a much
Festo.
bigger and thicker jackety.
Mm-hmm.
With rotting wood on it, we'll say.
Festo.
I'll have Olive, who is right here. Just fly right here and spit at the druid.
They obviously need to be hovering about 5-10 feet off the ground, but that's fine.
That is 24 to hit.
Gonna hit.
That is another 9 acid damage.
Okie dokie. Hits them in the arms, hissing and sizzling as the goes through the clothing, burning away at the skin.
My toys are about 10 feet in front of me, so they'll go use all their actions to go another 40 here, right behind the captain. And I will, if I'm standing here, can I see either of them?
I reckon it's harder to see the druid, but you'd probably be able to see the captain fairly clearly.
Cool, firebolt.
Okie dokie.
23.
Okay. Hits. Check, there it is.
9 fire damage.
Okay. Slams in the side. Seems annoyed, but not particularly perturbed by the whole situation. Okay. Niffy?
So you said it's nighttime, so we don't see the dragon anymore.
Dark vision wouldn't be able to see out that far. They are like 400 feet away. So at this point, they're pretty much gone into the darkness. You could probably use your telescope to try and get an outline using like perception or such. But yes, it's pretty hard to see them at this point. Probably shouldn't have even given you the shot on the last one, but you missed. So I don't care.
See, that's the thing, they're still technically in my range, but if I can't see them.
That is the difficulty of the darkness of night.
So yeah, Nif will get up.
Mm-hmm.
Do.
There's the druid standing in front of you, who is not looking healthy, and then there's the captain looking tired out, but physically pretty fine.
Fuck it, she's gonna shoot at the druid.
Okay. You've reloaded, you
That
just
one
point the
fell
gun up.
24.
Hits.
6 damage.
Okay. Fire through the shoulder. Boom! Blasts out blood backwards. A little bit splatters over Ozzy. Still alive.
So I will reload as a second action.
Yeah.
And I am going to put favoured foe onto the druid.
Okay.
Which means next time I try and hit them, I get extra. And we.
Indeed. That is if they're still alive next time it comes to it.
But hey ho.
It is your dragon's turn.
I am going to point at the captain and say snack time.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, so they're going to bite at the captain.
Can you give it the best?
I put my dice. Put it back in.
I thought you favoured foed them.
I favoured foed the druid, but that doesn't count for
Yeah, isn't that a bonus action?
No, it just says other for me.
Really? Cool.
Yeah, it says other favoured foe.
There you go. Learning 2 things. What a week for me.
Learn 2 things. That's more than the average.
If I learn 5 more things, I'll make up for all the days this week that I didn't learn anything.
That's true.
21.
21 will hit, yes. clamp.
9 normal, 5 cold.
Ooh, nice. 14
11
damage.
altogether.
Snaps in through a couple of panels of armor. Captain seems perturbed. Continues on. Druid will do 1, 2. Okay. He's going to do Thunder Wave in the opposite direction. Niffy, could you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Natural 20.
Rude. You're going to take, oh God, 3 damage as this
Oh no.
thunder wave just whoops outwards, and you're just like.
My arm is hanging off now.
Okay. I'm going to at this point have the red dragon wormling be effectively, in fact mechanically, hidden from you because they've just disappeared into the darkness. You hear a vague as it disappears offwards. Monty, bored with everything, not going to do anything. Still trying to fix his gun. Ozzy.
Repentant strike on the captain.
Mm-hmm.
15 plus 8, 23.
Hits.
5 plus 4 for 9 bludgeoning and radiant damage.
Okie dokie. Slam into the side. A bit more blood squirts out.
They have, because of the sap property of the longsword, they have disadvantage on their next attack roll before the start of their next turn.
Okie dokie.
I'm also going to make it a goading attack, so if they could make a wisdom save, please.
Very good. That's a 12.
They have disadvantage on all attacks against anyone that isn't me,
Okie dokie.
and they take an additional 8 damage.
Okie dokie. So you basically said to them, anything that you do that is an attack, it's going to be difficult.
Any attack rolls, bad.
Wonderful. It is their turn. They're not going to make an attack roll. They pull off their neck a necklace, which has on it currently, and I did roll for this, 6 glowing orange
Yeah.
beads. And they launch it at the floor. They can throw it up to 60 feet away, so they're going to throw it. Oh, let's work out where would be best for this.
That's a choice.
Yeah, that'll do.
There's only one reason to carry a necklace of fireballs.
They're going to chuck it on the ground,
Pick it in the
and it'll be
bucket.
a level. It'll hit all of you, and it's going to be including their own crew member. It's going to be a level 8, if I know it correctly. It's every extra one you throw down is an extra level of the spell, and if they have 6 of them,
Level.
if they have 6 of them, then they get to add 5 onto their 3rd level. So it's a level 8.
What the fuck?
That is the way that it works. So, could everybody please make
Oh, I see. They're throwing the whole necklace.
the whole necklace on the floor?
I understand. Gotcha.
Could everybody make a dexterity saving throw?
Such an inefficient use of a necklace of fireballs.
Yep. You were like, oh, they're throwing one. When we kill her, I can have one.
I got a 1.
You got one? Pesto?
16.
Okie dokie. Nife?
16.
And for Pumpkin.
Oh yeah. Natural 20 for pumpkin.
Okie dokie.
Hold on, I have 3 others to make. Dirty 20. That one's definitely a fail. And 23. So 2 of the toys are fine. And
You assume? Correct.
yeah. And they also have
Basically,
evasion.
15.
They have
15
evasion.
is the DC.
Oh, and the homunculus does as well, so Olive is fine. It's just Basil that gets fucking eviscerated.
Yeah. Okay, dokie. And she has to do one for herself as well, because she's inside of that. Which is going to be a failure on her part. So, that would mean that Ozzy fails, and everyone else succeeds apart from some of your toys.
One of my toys.
Other than one of your toys. And then the druid and the captain also fail. So the damage going out is blimey. So for those of you who did not save, it will be 40 damage. For those of you who did save, it will be 20. And for those with evasion, but of course saved, here's to none.
Nothing.
So it's 20 for those who did save.
Yes.
And I think you've got absorb elements, haven't you, Birdie?
No, that's
Yeah, as a
the
reaction.
point. Yes, I do.
There's just this explosion of flame. The entire back end of this ship ignites in fire. When that initial plume clears down, the druid, fucking dead. The captain, still alive, and the rest of you hurt, I'm sure, but
Oh shit.
not doing great. You hear Monty go, shit!
We're fine.
Ow.
How's the first damage you've ever taken feel?
I took a little bit from
I know,
succeeding
I
on a
know.
thunder wave earlier.
It's a joke on how tanky you are. It's...
Right.
What's
Are
nice
you
is
using
that
absorb
from me,
elements?
You don't get the smell of burning flesh or hair.
True. Well, you do. You
Oh,
get the
no,
smell of like burning hair from your
yeah,
wig.
It's burning plasticky, like, it's probably
your
like
wig.
horsehair or something on the wig.
Exactly. Your wig and your beard are like half the length now because they've just.
I'll fix those later.
I don't know if you can use mending. Isn't if you're using absorb elements or anything?
Yeah.
That reduces it again.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, so it's now only 10.
It's only 10 damage for
okay,
you.
that's fine.
You absorb some of that as it comes towards you, protect yourself, a magical veil appearing around your good self. Pesto.
Shame she can't do that for.
So you ran over and just immediately there was just an explosion.
5, 10, 15. How's she looking?
Better than you'd expect, but not good.
Cool. Firebolt to the face then.
Yep. There isn't enough fire around here.
Yep. 14 plus 9, I think, is the same thing I got last time. Which
Yeah,
is
we'll hit.
a lot. 13 fire damage.
Okay. Boom. Ow, she says. Still alive. To be fair, I didn't put any of that damage, that 40 damage into the ship.
And I'm assuming since it wasn't below deck with all the gunpowder, the ship is not just also sailing into the good night in flame.
I mean, so the way you are currently is on fire, and I was about to bring that up that you've wandered into the fire, so you'll have to do a little bit of a dexterity saving throw. But as it currently stands, it is not hit any gunpowder.
I would not have wandered into it if I had known it was on fire.
I will let you retcon, but I did say the entire back of the ship set's on fire.
I did not hear that.
I apologize. The entire back of the ship is on fire.
So my toys that fully evaded it are now in the fire and are just going to take damage.
It will be, because there's no official ruling on it, I'm just going to do saving throws or damage, not half damage. Just like little pictures.
Okay.
So if you're stood in fire, saving throw. If you pass, no damage.
Okay.
That's what Alex is saying.
Sure.
You can still hit with the fireball from the distance.
Yeah. The toys will attack.
Okie dokie.
Lem gets a natural 1.
Oof, not good. Probably distracted by the fire.
The woodpecker gets 22.
Hits.
8 damage. Drilling into her ankles.
Just drilling through, blood spurting out everywhere, burnt, almost down on the floor. At the end of the turns that have been taken,
Olive's got one still.
sure, you can roll all the saving throws at the end of all three if you wish to, but all three of them, if they're standing.
Olive is flying.
Then they will not be making the saving throw.
That is a dirty 20 for Olive.
It's gonna hit. How does it look?
Is there any way to not kill with acid?
I think.
Aim for the ankles?
It's not really a magical, because you can't really do it for magical. Or sorry, for spells you can't do what's the word?
Lethal.
Non-lethal damage. But this isn't a spell, but it isn't a melee. I'll say yes, because it's technically an attack, not a spell. So, well, it's not even technically. It is an attack, not a spell. So
Sure. Olive
Here are the
aims
ankles.
for the ankles, and they're just eroded.
sure, they're unconscious. It's just too much. In the flames and all this, they collapse to the ground. Or the two that are on the ground, can they make dexterity saving throws, please? DC 10. I'll tell you that just a bit faster.
They're both fine. We've got an 11 and a
They're both fine.
24.
They just stand around the fire. It's on fire, but they can avoid the flames good enough. They are both okie dokie. At this point, it will most technically take us out of initiative, though obviously if you were standing in the fire, you could take damage. What I will say is, if you move quick enough and don't stand in the fire, you're fine. I'm not going to make you roll any rolls.
As soon as it's done, I'm going to do the pyrokinetics thing again to turn it all into smoke. And since this is a smaller area...
Sure. I don't remember what we said last time. I think I gave you...
The whole ship was on fire before, and you said it was...
It was the cargo bay that was on fire, and I said you could do part of the area. So I would say you could very easily make sure that your friends are not in the fire, but there would still be residual fire around the place. It could recatch if you wanted to spend time getting rid of that.
I would like to.
How, is that a spell to you're casting that spell?
Yeah.
Sure. Then I'll say that takes, to clear the whole area, from what I did last time, 2 casts.
Okay.
I'm going to tether to life the captain so that she is stable.
Sure. And with that, at the end of this, you have beaten the crew of the Sea Witch. You see all the fire goes out, and you hear from the distance once again, "It's all good over there."
We're fine.
Excellent.
Aye, aye.
You see Monty come over and just like struggle, but gets the dead body that's on the floor, just pushes over the edge of the ship.
Hey, Pesto,
Yeah.
how easily do you reckon we can unbolt these cannons and transfer them over?
Probably not easily. It's a lot easier to do while docked, but we're kind of free floating.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'll go and I'll tie the 2 ships together, so that they are a bit more lined up easily.
You can to a certain amount. Yeah, they are. You make them more lined up. Obviously, you're still bobbing differently. Like the 2 ships are not like in sync with each other. They're just alongside each other. I'm sure Pesto cringes every time they sort of scrape across each other.
Captain, would you mind dropping anchor?
You're in the depths of sea. I don't imagine that the anchor's long enough to...
Slower drag, though.
The anchor is dropped.
The next problem is these are like a ton. They weigh like a ton.
Yes, they are extremely heavy.
But they're like round, though. We can like roll them. No?
I don't think
Or like disassemble?
Would they disassemble?
I mean, you could break it to the point... It would have to be broken because you don't have any of the right tools for doing that stuff here. So you could take the cannony bit out. The issue you'd have with rolling it is you'd get to the edge of the ship where there is a barrier, like a bar, and unless you like take a chunk out of both of the ships and then roll it over the edge.
Well, how would we have gotten them on?
In dock, you'd have a crane system.
I'm just assuming, by the way, that these are fixed and not on little wheels like regular cannons would have been.
Yeah, they are affixed to the ground.
Yeah.
We can't really.
Oh, shame.
I would say you could. It would take a lot of things, and there would be a good chance that you drop them in the ocean. But if you want to go through a full mechanic style thing of trying to steal some cannons, they're also quite damaged. But you can fix them up.
Are all of them damaged?
Well, actually, to be fair, one of them I think is
One
of them was destroyed. The other 3 were damaged.
Yeah. So one of them, is completely forked. The other ones, like I said, you could break it away from the base, roll it. You would have to take out some of the railing and try to get it across. I would then, because it is still extremely heavy, make you roll some rolls to see if you get it across successfully. But I'm happy to go through all of that if you want to try and take a cannon. It's just not easy.
I'm just thinking that, like, if we're here and we're stealing their... and we're rescuing their slaves, then we might as well just, like, take whatever we want before we sink this thing now.
How about we spend our time rescuing the slaves first?
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you want to.
I figure we just let them out, and then we get the girl back on our ship, and we take any money they had on the ship, and then we just go and leave the ship with the escaped slaves, and they'll figure out the rest.
What if none of them know how to even deal with a ship?
Yeah, you're assuming that they know how to sail.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, the closest landmass is, like, aside from this island, which we're pretty sure is deserted, it's the island that we came from, full of the pirates, where they were, they just were. Might not be too good for them to sail into port.
Sal's just like a few more hours away. past that.
Why don't we put them on our ship, sink this, and then before we let them off, we're like, hey, maybe a little rescuer's fee would be nice. It's not like we're selling you for your freedom, but a bit of appreciation.
I don't imagine they'll have money on them, but sure. I mean, that's fine too, I suppose.
Well, it's usually at this point that the captain tells me what to do, so
Yeah.
I'm a bit confused.
Speaking of the captain, what does this bitch have on her?
What does this bitch have on her?
A little nameplate that says, this bitch.
This bitch has a glaive. Now, because it is a parity campaign, I know always before I'm like, yeah, don't really bother with the weapons. If you really want to collect up weapons, you can do. They would sell for things. Not a crazy amount because they're not magical, but that's up to you. A glaive, a short bow.
Sounds like scrap metal to me.
Not very much at all. A glaive, a short bow, a key to the well, a key, but you can very astutely assume it's to the captain's quarters.
Oh, look, it's got a label. That's nice.
It says captain's quarters. And then some like dried fish skin, which currently Pumpkin is sniffing at a lot.
Dried fish skin.
Yeah, like jerkied as a snack, but probably not for people.
Mm.
I'm going to hog tie her and place her on her front.
Sure.
I'm gonna have Lemon Pine Nut sit there and be ready to attack her if she wakes up.
Are they just going to attack her if she wakes up?
To knock her out.
Okay.
Lem will hit her with the back end of their little wooden knife. To sleep!
I mean, she's not woken up for now.
Yeah. They're guarding. Can I take the key?
Well, shall we head below decks after we search the rest of the crew, and then see what we want to do about these soon-to-be free people and this one person who's not going to be quite free because we're taking her somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Can I take the key?
Cool.
Why do you have to say everything so complicated?
It's the accent.
I'm gonna take the key.
Yeah,
and he's old-fashioned.
I'm gonna head to the captain's room.
Wonderful.
While you're doing that, I will go loot the rest of the crew members.
I have a question.
Let me answer Joe's first. Keep that in your mind. You find, and it's up to you whether you note them down or not, a quarterstaff, a great sword, a heavy crossbow. Carrying all of these is going to be a hell of a thing. Short sword, short bow,
Yeah.
dagger, rapier, and then if you haven't already added them from the captain, glaive, and another short bow.
Well, did you take those right?
Yeah.
Just a bunch of weapons and nothing else. They're not carrying any like gold or anything on them, bar like maybe an apple and some snacks and things. But
Is it worth doing cure wounds on Pumpkin? And am I even able to?
you could do cure wounds because they have a health pool. What do you mean by is it worth it?
Like, is there an easier way to get their health back?
I don't know the ruling on how their health maintains or
No, I don't.
restores if they disappear.
They're a creature, so it would be short rests and long rests like anyone else. If you're treating them as always being as the stat block. But yeah.
So
Cool. Cure wounds and thingy then.
that's fine. Captain's cabin. Now, there you go down below deck, so various normal rooms, and eventually work your way to what you work out to be the captain's cabin. It is not very large at all. There's a bit of a desk in the corner, nice chair, a map on the wall of just like the local area, nothing that you don't already have, a bed, and a chest inside of there, and then maybe just like an extra chair that looks out of a window, a small window. To the open sea, or probably currently we'll be looking at the open sea.
Okay, then. It sounds pretty bare.
There's not a bunch in here. Like I said, the only things of note would be a map that you already have and a chest.
It's like Winnie the Pooh in makeup.
Can I investigate the chest?
You can. There's not much to investigate, but I won't make you roll. It's just like a rectangular chest that opens. It does not appear to be locked. There is no locking mechanism. There is a latch, but no padlock on it.
Is it a nice box?
Nice-ish. Decent wood with those the ones where they have like a like a grid of metal over it. It seems to be sort of strengthening it up a little bit. It's just a large rectangular chest.
Since you said you won't make me check, I will assume it's not trapped as well.
If you want to check for traps, I will say do that separately. This is just in terms of working out what it is.
Sure, I will check for traps.
You're welcome to.
That is 23.
23, you're fairly confident that there's no traps. You don't see any wires or anything on the outside. You can't see any mechanics. There's nothing to show any kind of effect when you open it. This, of course, does not include anything magical or potentially anything that would happen from the inside. But even so, you're pretty confident. Hinges on their outside. Not much going on.
I'll pop it open then.
Cool, you pop it open. Mostly clothes, but there's just a couple books. Two of them appear to be storybooks, but one of them is it's a larger, thicker book, leather-bound, untitled. If you do take it out and open it up, it appears to be a ledger of some kind that within... It's just sort of like a manifest of the last... It's only about a month or so, where it appears that this whole slaving gig is new. They've kind of kept track of who they've had, who they've sold, not done a massively amazing job of it. And currently, as you read through it, it appears that there are 4 slaves on board down in the lower deck, in the cargo hold. I can tell you what they are.
Sure, but before that, in the previous records, is there any name... Like, do they have, like, who they're delivering stuff to? Like, who something's supposed to go to?
No, they don't say who they're delivering to. It has a record of when the slaves come onto the ship, and a record of when the slaves leave the ship and how much they were sold for, but it does not make any mention of who they were sold to, where they were sold, or anything.
Even before they started the
presumably
stuff?
There's nothing before the slaving stuff. It appears to be a new book for this newer job. You would assume fairly astutely that, as with your job with W, names and stuff are kept out for security reasons more than anything.
Pesto, was there a record of sale in Pirate Island?
Was there?
There was no record of sale, but then it doesn't say locations. It just doesn't appear. It doesn't appear that the latest 4 that were brought on have been sold yet.
That's fine. Just I just suddenly thought we never checked that they hadn't sold someone on the island. I don't think.
Oh, I would be so annoyed.
Yeah, make you go through all of this, and then they're just back on the island. That human woman who was stabbed when you were talking to Gertank.
I mean, that's kind of along the lines of what I was thinking.
Who are the 4?
You have a Triton male, you have an Orc, non-binary, Wood Elf, non-binary, and human, female. If you question, I randomize all of them. It doesn't have names for them. They're just like slave 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Niffy will kind of pipe up and be like, we might want to not take so long doing this with the dragon fucking off. Probably to get help.
I'm gonna put the thing... What is it called? Ledger in my bag. Mm-hmm.
The manifest. Yes? It's a manifest that has a ton of free pages.
Cool.
So it could be used for your own uses, or could be used... I mean, I guess you could use it as information for somebody, sell it as information. There's not a lot in there, but it does have, races and genders. And I'll say it also says whether they're old or young, and sort of like some body shape kind of stuff for each of them as well. But nothing like names or locations or anything like that.
Sure.
I'm going to try and push the chest to move it.
It moves as easily as you would expect. It's kind of heavy, but nothing happens when you do move it.
All right, I'll tip all the stuff that's in it out.
Sure, you just dump all of the clothes on the floor. A couple pairs of boots, lots of clothes. It's just a chest.
Can I check under the mattress of the bed?
Does anyone mind if I take this for my room?
No, I've had it.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's fairly cumbersome to carry.
Yeah, great.
It's fairly
Cheers.
cumbersome to carry, but I reckon if you get the captain down, the two of you could probably carry it together, get it up the stairs, finagle it around the corners, and eventually get it over to your own quarters. Investigation, if you want to look under the bed.
18.
Can Niffy just head lower to see if she can...
You can do. First things first, on looking under the bed. When you lift the bed, you can see that the underside of the bed obviously used to at one point be the overside of the bed, and it is disgusting. But
Yeah.
An 18's decent. I'll say you find a couple of squished snacks and about 100 gold pieces just hidden under there.
Oh, cool.
You go to pick up or you go
Wonderful.
to like move the squish snacks, and they're very quickly stolen by a dragon that only just fits in this room. It's like clambers around you. Going into the lower decks. As you go down, you find a cargo deck, which is mostly the same as all the other cargo decks that you've seen on different ships, but slightly different for purpose. Main cargo deck is as would be expected. You can see there's lots of crates and barrels, which are probably food and stuff. You are welcome to look through them, but as it currently stands, you just assume that it is. There's not enough of them to feel like it's transporting cargo, but you don't know for sure. The back of the ship, however, where usually there's a wall to a second section, the wall has been replaced with 4 small cages, only about 10-foot squares each, and each of the cages is the figures that were mentioned prior: Triton male, the orc, non-binary wood elf, and the female human. The female human fitting pretty goodly into the description of the girl that you are trying to save. You can see that each of the cage doors has a lock, just a standard key lock.
Are they awake?
Yes. As you walk in, the 4 of them have evidently been, if they were asleep, awakened by everything that was going on. They seem pretty terrified, don't know who you are, and are mostly avoiding eye contact. You can see as... are you getting a bit closer?
Yes.
As you get a bit closer, you can see signs of their clothing being torn and marks and bruises as though they have been abused a little bit, potentially whipped, potentially just beaten. So none of them seem particularly happy that someone else is down here, and like I say, avoiding gaze as though that would be a bad thing to do.
Niffy will kind of just like bend down slowly and be like, "Hi."
To which one?
Just kind of like in front of all 4, so they can all see.
Okay, sure.
She'll be like, "Hi, I know you're scared, but like, we're here to help you."
Man, she just seems so enthused to help them.
Why?
You're just like, "Hi, I'm here to help you. It's fine."
She's not got great personal skills, okay?
They all appeared to just keep avoiding eye contact, sort of hiding in the corners of their cages. As you've now got closer, the Triton seems fairly old. You're not too sure on Triton ages, but they don't look like an old man. They just look like they're a little more progressed in life. The orc, middle-aged-ish. The elf, you can't tell. They could be anything between 200 and 800. You know what it's like with elves. And the human is fairly young.
Do you know which one had the keys for the cages?
Give me a persuasion to try and calm him down. Because they're all pretty terrified.
Nat one. Told you, she's bad for people.
You try so desperately to be like, "It's okay, where are the keys? I want to get you out." And they all seem terrified, and you turn around, it's just fucking dragons behind you.
Blood
This-
dripping from the
Yeah,
mouth.
there's just like blood
Oh,
around the
yeah.
mouth.
Oh, shit,
They're
yeah.
currently chewing. It's actually the snacks from upstairs, but it doesn't look good visually.
God's sake, Pumpkin. Go back upstairs.
She calls this thing pumpkin. You're like, what the fuck?
Pumpkin just like looks at you, just like, "Oh, I fucked up." Scutters around, runs, tries to jump up the stairs, headbutts the ceiling, and then scutters away.
See? Nothing to be scared of.
They're all fucking terrified.
I know, and I really don't blame them.
Would this have been time for me and the captain to return from putting my chest in my ring?
Have you put the captain in the chest whilst you're moving around?
No. Not unless he asked me to.
Which, yeah, probably has been enough time. Where are you leaving the captain?
Gonna take him and puppet him to persuade people.
I mean, I was going to say we still need to leave one person on the ship, ideally, and be keeping an eye out for people, so it makes sense as he's not here for him to do that.
Yeah, sure. So Monty stays on the ship looking over the captain of the Sea Witch.
Yeah. Oh, hi, everyone. Which one of you is human female? With brown hair.
Looks at him and like, "Oh, this is just gonna get worse."
You see like a very trembling hand raised from the young human female.
Oh, hi. We're here to rescue you. What's your name?
Just sort of like looks around, obviously terrified, just trying to work out Are you actually here to rescue them? You can see, bruises down the side of the face.
Pesto's walking down the stairs and said, "Your dad hired us." Well, kinda.
She suddenly perks
Did
up
we
and is
find
like,
out it was her dad? Did we get
I'm
that
pretty
confirmed?
sure that's what W said.
I mean, someone hired us. There's got to be someone that cares about us.
Someone's paying for you to be rescued anyway.
yeah? My dad?
Yeah, maybe.
I think so.
She just, crawls over to the side of the bars now, just trying to look at all of you like, you're not gonna hurt me?
God, no.
Not sure what we'd have to gain from that.
I mean, don't promise nothing. If you try and hurt us, we might try and hurt
No,
you.
I'm not gonna hurt you. No.
No offense, but does she look like she can hurt us?
No, I can't hurt you. Couldn't do a thing.
I mean, not right now, but
I'm not sure anything could hurt you, Ozzy.
you might
True.
turn your back. I would say close your eyes, but since I can't do that, I thought, turn around. Hey, where do they keep the treasure in here?
She's been locked in a fucking cage. Do you think she's gonna know where the treasure is?
I mean, it's iron bars, so you can see where they're fiddling around in here.
We're told not to look at them or they beat us.
How about we just get some keys to get them out?
They're all dead now, so they're not going to do that again. Except the captain, we're going to ask her some stuff. Then we're going to kill her.
Okay.
Yeah, would you like to help?
No.
You sure? I just picked up this nice dagger.
No.
Oh my god.
You can, if you want, you can have, and you can go.
Looking away again.
I thought I was bad with people.
Oh, okay.
This is bad?
I'll just slot it back in
It is
between one of my
very
ribs.
bad.
Just slide it down your rig.
Oh my lord. Right. Ozzy, seeing as Captain isn't here, can I ask you to go find some keys to get us into here, please?
Oh well, since the captain's not here, I think I'm in charge because I'm first mate. But
Yeah,
that's
I'm
a good
also-
idea, so I will go and do that.
Thank you. I was just asking as a colleague.
I'm going to look for
I will
treasure.
walk up to the cage and take a look at the keyhole, so I know what size key I'm looking for.
So, let's do the key first. So the keyhole, you can see as you get closer to it. In fact, give me an investigation.
9. Is that a failure?
Yes.
Excellent. That means I get to use.
Sorry, what?
I get to use. Where is it? Tactical Mind. So I get to add a D10.
Of course you do.
But it's not expended if it still fails. So that's an extra 5 for 14.
How do you find the most bullshit rules? Okay, 14.
It's just class features. I read the book.
What counts as failing? Because I like stage DCs. You hit a DC, so I guess it's not a fail.
Yeah, if there is some measure of success, I would say that it's not a fail.
You very quickly, obviously, can see that it is an odd key shape in that it appears to be. I don't know how to. It's like 3 prongs coming out from a circle in the center, as though it's like 3 keyholes or 3 keys that would attach together. With the 14, you work out one of them. It looks exactly the same shape as the captain's key. So it's. Do you get what I'm saying when I've described that?
Yes. Yes, it's like a key ring, but it is part of the key. It's fixed.
See, I don't understand what you just said.
No, I don't either.
Okay, the keyhole.
Say what you said again, then.
The keyhole is like
Yes.
like the very center of it is like a circle where there's 3 prongs coming off it, as though it's like 3 keyholes. It's like 3 keys would attach together, all sticking out from each other, and it would go in like a Y shape.
Yeah, so they're just okay. So we're looking for a trident of keys.
But one of those prongs is obviously the captain's key.
So we need 3 keys.
Yeah, we've got 1 prong of the trident made of keys.
So we need to raid the other bodies.
How hard does it look to just break these locks, Alex?
And metal locks. It would take a significant amount of strength. You could probably pick them with some good dexterity.
What about that paired with some acidic spittle?
Probably help. It wouldn't in itself take it down. But if you're going the aggressive route, you would assume that the acid would ruin the lock, but it would make it easier to break. But you probably wouldn't be able to use the keyhole afterwards.
Sure. Yeah, do that. I'm going to take out my adamantine war pick and just start hitting it.
Uh-oh.
Sure. It takes a decent while before, with the acid, it's so bent out of shape that at this point, smacking it ain't going to do much anymore. It's going to have to be yanked open.
I should say, because it is adamantine, any hit against an object is a critical hit.
Okay.
If that helps, if that makes it faster.
Time is not necessarily the issue. You don't, unless you're trying to do it super duper fast, it goes faster because it is the adamantine.
Well, it was just if it's the difference between half an hour and an hour when we're thinking people
it's
might
more
be coming
like
towards us.
if it's like one hit every 6 seconds, or with you can do 2. I think so. You know, it's
1.
there you go. So, but even so, it's
Oh,
only
no.
like a minute or 2 before it's in a position where it's just mangled, and mangling it more isn't going to make a difference. But it's in a position that, with some decent strength, you reckon you could,
Okay.
jostle it open.
Yeah, I'll try and yank it open.
Give me an athletics. Give me an athletics with advantage because of the acid, rather than adjusting DCs.
19.
Good enough. Yeah, with all the mangling and smashing and stuff, you just yank it. One of your joints pops a little bit, and it just smashes open. The acid has obviously crumpled up some of the inside, and it just shatters apart.
So what was your name? You didn't actually say, you just kind of cowered in fear.
I wonder why.
It's Veluna Merrington Heston Vergain.
Your name is Veluna Merrington Heston Vergain.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How'd you spell that?
YVLUNAMERINGDONHESTONVERGAIN.
Pesto, did
See?
you follow that?
What?
Looking through
You're
floorboards
gonna have to
and
write it
shit.
down for me.
Just going back to C3, Veluna is obviously a common name.
I mean, Veluna's not a common name, but this isn't the same as like someone in the real world being called like London or Paris.
Or Arizona.
Yeah, I know, but
Shit,
I had a character
Dakota.
called Luna after Veluna.
Oh, I see.
Alright, well, nice to meet you. Evie? Is it?
Sure.
Great. Where do we wanna?
On our ship.
Well, I guess if you go above decks, our ship's the one that you're not stood on. And the captain's
Okay.
over there, and he'll direct you where he wants you to go.
Oh, now, okay. Wanders
Yeah.
upstairs.
I mean, you can hang around if you want.
Goes upstairs. There's a few seconds, then you just hear like a muffled scream and a.
I think that's your problem, Niffy. I think that's your pet.
Really? Niffy will go upstairs to find out what's going on.
Yeah, she's just like screaming and trying to push off your dragon's just licking her face.
Oh, Pumpkin, off now!
Just does immediately off, sits.
I am so sorry about that. It's just kind of acts like a big dog. Just have to be firm with it. But yeah, head over to our ship. I will try and keep Pumpkin away from you, I promise.
Wanders over to the ship, helped over the barriers by Monty. You can see Pumpkin struggling hard with obeying a command right now. Just like really wants to follow.
Leave.
Just like leans down and buffs up a fish.
An eyeball.
Yeah, just like a piece of metal armor, like a pauldron.
How?
So who are the rest of you?
Can I investigate for treasures?
You can roll that investigation to save me having to do 3 different voices at the same time. You find that there is the Triton male is called. It's going to take ages otherwise. It's called Tethwin Orlane.
Dirty 20.
The orc is called Meg, and the elf is called Elaine Morthagle.
Morthagle rings a bell.
Morthagle. You're thinking of Morthagus, and it is not the same.
Ah.
The investigation. What number did you get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty
I'm
20.
gonna
You
settle it.
find.
Tell me the names.
Yes, you find fairly quickly. A lot of these crates and things are just food.
Does
we
it look
take
like
all the
tasty
we can get.
food?
No, it's just like dried food. It's the same kind of shit that you'd have, so you could, if you wanted to transport it over to yours, take it. Like
Yeah.
it's just like standard rations and things, like to
Is
whilst
it
you're out.
going to last on top of the stuff we already have, or is it just going to be more
Some of it,
stuff?
yes. The fresher stuff like fruit and veg, no. The stuff that's like grain, rice, yeah, that would last.
Can take
We
that.
can
Don't
sell
forget we've got
rations.
more people on board for a little bit.
Yeah, it's not going to. I mean, the mainland's like less than a day's travel.
It would be the same as just refreshing all of your stores in inland, except you won't have to pay for it
Sure.
because you've stolen it.
Yeah, sure.
We've liberated it.
You can also top up your your ship's stores. They're like the fixing stores because you're stealing that from them.
Yippee!
It's all basically the same stuff. And you also find a measly and rather pathetic 2,000 gold. But it's really annoyingly like a bunch of silvers and coppers as well.
Oh, I hate those ones.
Alex, how do I fucking mark that down?
Just 2,000 gold. I'm just letting you know that you're really annoyed, or you would be annoyed by it.
I am annoyed by
You find like a massive bag of gold. You're like, oh my god, and it's all fucking coppers. You're like, oh, why?
This is gonna be a pain to put in the ledger. Okay.
So, do any of you guys know how to sail?
They all say no.
Just put them on our ship and we'll get them to safety.
Yeah, does that sound like something you guys want to do?
There's a resounding yes that they'd like to not be in the cages anymore.
Oh, great. I'll just start wailing on the cages again then.
Sure. To save all of that, obviously you're doing all the same things. Just give me, for each of them, the athletics roll.
With advantage?
Assuming that the acid is still coming along.
Mm-hmm.
Right, for the first one, 19 again. The second one, 19 again. Lots of 16s. And for the last one, 13.
Okay.
Which, if that fails, I will do my...
Yes, it does fail.
Then I shall add a d10. For an extra 1 for a 14.
Fortunately,
If that's still a fail, I can do a thing.
Okay.
And if
I
that's
can
still a
use-
fail, I can't do anything.
You can just
I can use-
tell everyone that you're listening.
Flash of Genius and add 4 to it to make it an 18.
Just exactly what you needed
Fucking
on the
hell, that's
DC.
teamwork.
Yeah, you missed a spot. Hit the bottom.
As they're about to yank it, you're like, if you do that, it's going to be broken forever. Just, like, yank it this way. And yeah, you break all of the cages open. And they are obviously terrified, but since you didn't immediately kill Veluna, they somewhat follow you up to the top.
Or did any of you look when they were doing treasure stuff, or did you all close your eyes?
They all close their eyes, and also Pesto just found a fuck ton of stuff.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, there might be more stuff. We have a bunch of hidden things.
Fun fact, because it doesn't matter now, the key parts, one is obviously the captain's key, one's in the crew quarters, other one, it's on the dragon.
Oh, crew quarters. We haven't even looked in there.
No.
Oh, let's go
Let's go
investigate.
in there next.
Investigate in there for treasure.
More than welcome. 2, there's a lot of hammocks, 4 of them. But 4 chests.
I will take one.
Sure. 4 chests,
I'll take the nicest one.
they're all pretty much identical. The 4 chests hanging in there, they're not as nice as the one you've already got. And just like hanging on the wall on a hook is just a key.
Oh, that might come in handy, eh?
Maybe it would have, but not anymore.
But you work out that slots into the captain's key and is obviously 2 parts of a key.
So we would have had to destroy him anyway.
You could have picked him.
Yeah, but our rogue is not here, so we can't use his abilities.
We don't
Yeah.
have
Or
a
not
rogue.
a rogue.
As true as that is, having 2 out of the 3 keys would have made it easier to pick, because then you only have to pick the last side. But yeah, you got them open anyway.
What's in the little dinky chest?
Clothes.
Anything
Snacks.
else?
Nah.
Any good snacks?
Nothing amazing, maybe some slightly nicer ones. But then actually in the corner, an amazing, like, gorgeous looking loaf of... Oh, it's been eaten by Pumpkin.
Very rude.
You're like, oh my god, that looks amazing.
For no fucking reason. You're just so rude.
Are there any personal affects of a superstitious nature? Good luck charms, finger bones.
Finger
Pardon,
gun.
what was our last one?
Finger bones.
Why?
Finger gun.
Pirates. Pirates and sailors are historically incredibly superstitious, and various peoples throughout history have kept finger bones of enemies that they've killed as good luck charms or like totems.
That's fucking weird.
Some people even did it with cut off penises.
Nice.
Huh. You find, I'm doing this randomly, so we'll see what it is together, a small mirror. I like how you're noting all of this down.
I'm not necessarily noting that one down.
I will.
What else there is.
A
taking
necklace of tiny snail shells.
Ooh.
Okay, yes, I will note that one down.
Okay. If you don't note it, I will, so let me know.
And a laurel of flowers, which are looking surprisingly healthy, considering they're just in a box.
I will not take that. So if you want that, Rowan, you can have that.
Okay. Laurel of flowers.
And then, do you know what? Just to be fun with it,
This is the kind of shit that you get early in the campaign that either has no use or is a life-saving item somewhere along the line.
is, let me just roll it hole in it about the size of an
No.
Okay.
apple.
You
I didn't think you were going
find
to say apple.
an unlabeled potion.
Oh, fun. Do you want it?
Oh, well, I'll pick it up and go, Peso, do you have any idea what this is?
No, but I'm willing to find out.
Can I have it back once you do? Or...
I guess.
No, you don't. Well, I mean, I tell you what. You find out what it is, we'll give it to the captain, and he can decide what's best to do with it based on what it is.
Sure.
Well, just because he hasn't been down here to look through all this stuff, but feels a bit naff for him not to get anything.
Maybe you should have taken a more active role.
I mean, he's taking a managerial role. That's his whole thing.
and looking
He's the
after the
captain.
whole.
Yeah, and I'm counting whatever Pumpkin eats as stuff that Niffy's getting because it's going to end up in a pile of sick on the floor. So she's going to get it back.
Okay.
It's either that or it's going to end up as like a big shit. But that's kind of her thing.
Niffy goes to argue and then looks over and Pumpkin's trying to currently eat. Like there's a mark on the wall, and it's
Oh,
just
hi,
like
Mark.
a part. It's just it's just a part of the wall, but Pumpkin's just trying to eat it.
Yeah, at this point she's just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever you fucking say.
Just like doing
I'm
that thing
not
where
even
the mouth
argue.
is open and just like.
Can I take the potion and cast Identify on it?
Sure.
Boom.
Then you have a potion of stone. It'll turn you to stone for a while. 1d4 hours.
Okay.
Oh, sick poison. Right. Well, I guess I better start sinking this thing then.
Well,
You must put it all on the other ship, yeah.
Yeah, you've pretty much taken what can be taken,
all right.
unless
Are
there's
we
any
taking the captain onto our ship? And interrogating her there?
or already over there.
I mean, yeah, unless you want to like wait and see if she's going to tell us anything that we haven't found.
I imagine she's not going to tell us much of anything and we're just going to kill her right away.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Before we go, then, any other rooms that we haven't been in, anything that we have seen and haven't taken but want to. I suppose cannonballs.
Yeah.
We'll restock on those.
Yeah, I'm counting.
Are
as
there
all the
any
supplies and
rooms?
things.
Are there any rooms we have not investigated?
Nothing that would be anything of particular. Like there's the kitchen.
There could be secrets in the kitchen.
You're welcome to investigate the kitchen.
Oh, actually,
Really?
Niffy will investigate the kitchen, see if they've got any
Okey-doke.
better equipment.
While they're doing that, I'm going to go to the lowest point on the ship that I can and start inspecting for where would be the best place to smash a big hole.
Sure.
26.
Just do investigation on that as well. 26. I mean, there's nothing in this kitchen that you don't already have. Pots, pans, knives, things like that. Nothing is particularly well taken care of. Lots of scratches inside of pots, lots of bluntings and chips out of the knives.
Niffy just gets really angry from all of that.
Yeah, but there's nothing particularly impressive in here.
These people fucking suck.
Yep.
They don't even have anything that nice.
Like, why would they... Oh my god, this knife is blunt, and they have a fucking sharpener right next to it. Why? Why?
The knife you're looking at, crazy expensive, completely
Yep.
fucked. Not even worth trying to bring back.
Ooh, scrap metal.
Like Damascus steel, and it's just fucked.
Why?
got a 13.
That's such heathen.
A 13, you don't know what would be the best place, but your best assumption is, you bash enough holes in the walls and eventually it's going to sink.
Alright, I'll start bashing holes in the floor then. I'll be like, I'm going to get started.
Yeah, it'll take a long while to do it. At this kind of a way of doing it, you'd be like, first things first, you'd mesh through the floor and then see that there's a layer beneath where you are, because obviously that's how a ship works. That's the pointy bit, but the lowest point that you can stand on is the cargo hold.
I'll have a look down there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just the bottom of the ship. You were welcome to investigate, but you don't see anything on a first look.
Nothing hidden. Boring. These these guys suck.
No, I said you're welcome to investigate, but you don't see anything on a first look.
Oh yeah, I might as well. 2.
Don't see anything.
Oh, fucking smashing.
Smashing through.
Every hit is a crit. If that speeds things up.
Well, it would take because you'd be attacking the hull, and the hull currently has 278 health. What would your crit be on average? So 28. So it's about 10 rounds, so it would take you just about a minute
Cool.
before it starts sinking. And then there's all the sinking stuff, but you're not trying to save any of that. So you just smash it up until water starts just splooshing in the bottom, and then go, it's probably time to get going. And leave off, go onto your ship, and it just slowly starts sinking down. It takes a little bit of time. Scraping down the side of your ship as it goes.
Oh shit! We probably should have asked the slaves if they had any belongings that they were like.
Why
captured
would
with.
they have had?
I'm pretty sure they haven't.
Well, I
And
mean,
even if they have, they might be happy that they're gone.
I mean, yeah, they probably were captured in the skivvies. Oh well, too late. I suppose we could swim down and get it, but
No.
bit of effort, isn't it?
So, it is the wee hours of the morning, maybe like 2 in the morning. Are you going to hang out in the middle of the sea and rest up, or are you going to try and get back to shore?
Probably get back to shore.
Because, I mean, to get
I
back
don't
to where W is, so get back to the closest shore, which is the Metricool, a couple hours. To get back to to get back to Cell, 5 or 6 hours. Like, it would be morning by the time you got back there. So you could rest and maybe take it in turns to try and sail the ship. Presuming nothing bad happens, that should be okay. What's it do?
I think half measure, as we don't have Marco to make a decision, we strike out in a direction or on a heading slightly off from Shell. Jen?
Cell.
Cell, sorry. Or slightly off from Zell, so that we're not heading straight there, because
Well, your navigator's going to have to make a roll to work that one out.
that might be sus. So if we head on a slightly off bearing, stop for a bit, rest fully, and then head in from the other angle, and then we'll not seem like we just came from Pirate Land as well.
Okie dokie. Navigator? Survival roll?
Yes. What am I rolling?
Survival?
Survival.
Survival?
The one you're super good at.
22.
22. You're fine. You know, you've been keeping up with this. You know what's happening. Looking at the rainbow belt above, you're like, yeah, we're going that way. And off you sail. A few hours, 2 or 3 hours, just to sort of get halfway or so in around off in that different bearing before you settle up. I'm not going to make you roll to look out into the ocean. You're in the middle of nowhere. It's pitch black. You turn off your lights. You're basically invisible. And you rest up with some watches. Now, it is up to you guys if you want to get back to W now or leave that until next session.
We'll save it till next
Next
time.
session.
That
Yeah,
seems
Mark's back
reasonable.
next time, isn't he?
Perfectly reasonable. So,
We still have to deal with the captain of the sea.
Capitan.
8 hours from when you would have rested up would be somewhere in the region of about 10 in the morning as the suns are rising. Looking glorious over the sea. Quite a calm morning. Is there anything, just as we end out the session, any of you would be starting to do, or make note of so that we can do it next session?
Restoring Basil to life.
Sure. How long does that take?
The long rest, I believe.
Okay. Then you would have done that over the long rest.
Yeah.
If there is any mending cantrips to be done for ship health, I would have volunteered myself for that.
Yeah. So obviously,
It doesn't matter because we're above 50%.
Cool. Then in that case, I will start to decorate my room now that I have stuff to put in it.
awesome. You will have individual rooms on the ship.
Can
Yeah.
I have some nails, please, Pesto, and like a hammer?
Yeah, they're in that one. Is just like
Right.
a wall of little cabinets with a bunch of scrap metal and shit.
Yeah. I'm sure all the slaves have been just like put down in the cargo hold because you haven't really got anywhere to keep them, so they're just kind of sleeping on the floor.
I just imagine we told them to move over and they're just kind of like wandering around like
I would reckon that 3 of them, so the The elf, the human, and the orc all stay down in the cargo deck, hiding because they're terrified. Triton seems to just be enjoying the sea air, the morning, the sunrise, the lack of being in a cage.
Niffy would have took a lot of her blankets and kind of made almost like a blanket for them down in the cargo.
It's appreciated. They're still terrified.
Oh yeah.
Because every time you go down, there's also a dragon.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't have to be.
I put one of Pumpkin's hats, like funny hats on. It would be like one that had like antennas.
Yeah, it goes from terrifying to very concerning.
That's fine. That's better than terrifying.
Oh, they're not
gonna-
just scary, they're unhinged.
Yeah.
Ozzy is going to recall an old magical superstition that he was told once, back when he was alive, about 15 men on a dead man's chest. So he's going to place the necklace from the man he killed into the chest and just wait to see if anything happens when he reaches 15 souvenirs inside there.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Magic Myths and Mayhem. Thank you to Dark Fantasy Studio and Nicolas Jeudy and Ovani for the use of their music in this episode. And a big thanks to you for listening. If you want to hear more behind the scenes content, alongside extra art and lore, please consider joining our Patreon by searching Magic Myths and Mayhem on patreon.com, or watch our extra content and games on twitch.com. For now, thank you for being here, and we look forward to seeing you next time. I'll see you then.
And the final question is: remember, Purdy, I said I would expect you to potentially recognize something from C3, or all of you potentially, but Purdy mostly.
No, I don't remember you saying that.
Fair enough, because now it
I do.
is past that.
It was in the talks.
I don't remember when I said it, but I believe you.
What did I miss?
Or does Rowan think you missed? Or did you just remember
don't-
me saying it?
I just remember you saying it.
Right. You would
I'm
recognize.
just assuming it was the name Veiluna. Because we all recognise that.
Granted, that is one you would recognize. The crew of the ship. An elderly dwarven lady with a red dragon. No,
We only
nothing.
came across one red dragon in C2. We didn't come across a red dragon in C3.
Not a hatched red dragon, no.
Did we come across an unhatched Oh, you
Oh
stole,
my God.
You stole a dragon egg.
Oh my god, is that the dragon egg?
You stole a dragon egg and gave it to a crew of a ship named the Sea Witch. Yes.
Did we?
Did we?
Yeah, it was the crew that was in the pub that basically coerced you into stealing it for them and then fucked off.
I don't know that we ever knew the name of their ship. I think
Yeah.
it was just... You knew
Regardless.
their individual
Party
names,
may
Freddie,
have.
and-
Regardless, you knew their names and
Yeah,
their
no.
descriptions. It's the same crew.
So-
Oh, cool. They're all dead now. Oh,
They
except
are
for
all
the
dead.
captain, who's going to be
None
dead.
of their descriptions ring a bell with me, and I don't know why.
You're the one who wrote them. But yes, it's the crew that coerced I want to say Niffy now. Go backwards.
Neva.
Neva. Into stealing a dragon egg for them. And that's the dragon.
Fuck yeah, they're dead.
Coerced?
Well, I mean, as in saying they were on
They
the side
took
and then just leaving.
advantage of a mentally unwell student.
Sure.
So there you go.
Fuck yeah, they're dead.
Yeah, they've not been great people. They stole the dragon egg, tried a couple things, started becoming slavers, and now they're dead. So, you know, what a story.
Niffy will send Neva a note saying, fuck yeah, they're dead. Even though they
And
don't
Neva will
actually know
go,
each other.
who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you and who the fuck
Yeah.
is dead?
Who's this? Why do you know my big dark secret about how I stole the dragon egg?
No, be like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is dead? And how the fuck did you get my number?
Kind of concerning it was a red dragon, considering the only other one we've met was Starkram, who was a raging asshole.
Mm.
He was only like a major component of almost the destruction of Zhao.
I'm sure this one escaping will be fine.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
that's
fine. No worries.